got a freestyle I just dropped on YouTube.
Let's get this party going.
You got another day to be great. You woke up, so that means that you have another day to be great.
All right, y'all. So look, here I am. I'm about an hour and some change late. Oh shoot, I was supposed to turn on my regular camera. Hold on. I was gonna turn on my I just want to turn on the good camera. I was gonna try this out for a sec. Try out my good camera again. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if we go settings. See what we looking like. Ooh. Ooh, I'm in 4K. We back. Guess who's back? Back again. Shady's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Na 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 na. All right, so look, this is the way it has to be. With like current my current situation. All right, this is the way it has to be. Yeah, this is cool though. It's cool though. I'm gonna give people a little minute, give people a little minute to show up. People a little minute to show up. I'm gonna share my Twitch stream. I don't ever do that. I don't ever do that. I don't be sharing my stream. I just be going live. Like fuck it. I just be going live. Let's see. See if we can share link to. See if we can share link to. Copy. Let's. Let me see. What else? Why is Pizza Hut app open? I wasn't even ordering no pizza. Let me see. Let me see what else. Man, but you guys want to know what's crazy, man? So look, I went out to get some food, right? I went out to get some food, and when I went and got some food, I went got some food at Texas Roadhouse. Because after like much debate, like I was just sitting in the parking lot after I went to Target, and I was just like debating with myself all these different places, and every place I chose ended up being closed, and I'm like, why are y'all closed? But anyway, so I went to Texas Roadhouse. Got some food. It was cool. It was cool. I should have just went with my normal. I tried something new. I tried the steak kebab. It was cool. The rice was good, but it wasn't my cup of tea. I should have went a different direction. But needless to say, you know what I'm saying? I got me a drink. The drink was cool. It left something to be desired though. So I was just like, all right, like let me go somewhere else so I can get a drink. And so, the next place over just happened to be Hooters. So I go into Hooters, you know what I'm saying? I get my drink or whatever. The girls, they're there, they're cool, per usual, you know what I'm saying? Most of the time, most of the girls that work there, they're cool. Right. So I'm working with those two girls. I'm sitting, there's this one girl that used to work there. She pregnant as fuck, like she like 7 months. There's some two old dudes, like both two funny old dudes. And then there's the waitress. I think her name is like Latrice or Larisha or something like that. Anyway, it starts with an L. She was cool. She made a drink. She made me the drink. It was great. Absolutely great. Good drink. It had enough where I said, "Ooh, this is a drink. This is a drink right here." But needless to say, All right, needless to say. All right, y'all, listen. I ran into my type again. That's not good. That's not good. I ran into my type again. That's not good, y'all. That's not good. I don't even know how else to say it. Like, I ran into my type again. That's not good. Give me 1 second. Shoot. Yeah, but needless to say, I ran into my type again. That's not good. Man, hold on. Let me test this. Let me switch it back. If I switch it back, then what? What do I look like? I mean, yeah. The camera do look better. The camera do look better. I can't even hold it. Yeah. Give me 1 second. Let me move this lamp that's behind here. Because I actually don't need it now that I have my lighting stuff set up. Hold on. Okay, this is actually going to be a little bit more complicated than I thought it was going to be because all right, can drop that on the floor. Move this over. Okay, I can just slide this back here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I think we're back. I think we're back. Oh, it says camera not connected. Oh, there we go. This is disconnect. This camera. Yes, sir. I'm back. 4K, baby. 4K. Back in 4K. In 4K. But anyway, oh yeah, I didn't share it in Discord. That's the only other place. But anyway, so one of the girls, so I was saying, like, there was the waitress and the former waitress that's pregnant now. Anyway, we're just sitting there talking, blah blah blah. Then one of the other girls comes up, like, or she doesn't come up, but she's like working over there on some table, and I just like look, and I'm like, wait a minute. And then I can't take myself serious. But anyway, I'm like, wait a minute. Right? I'm like, wait a minute. And so I'm looking at her and I'm just like, oh no. Oh no, this is not good. She's my type. so and I was like, nah, I'm tripping. For some reason, she makes like this loop behind the counter. Cause I know she saw that I saw that I was looking, and she knew that I was looking at her. Like she had to have seen it. Because I literally picked up my drink and was just sipping it and was just looking at her. Like it was crazy. Like I was bugged the fuck out. I was like absolutely fascinated. I was fucking tripping. So I'm like, oh damn. Oh damn. So I'm like, and then she comes around like to where I can see her, right? And I'm like, oh, okay. Then she's walking back into the kitchen. And then I see her. And I'm like, stay composed. You got to get on the stream. Because I promise y'all, if I wouldn't have left when I left, I would have still been there. I would have been there right now. It would have just been me and her. Like I was like, hey, look, I would have called ISO. I'm like, look, I need to talk to you. I don't give a fuck if you at work. Like I don't give a damn. But at the same time, I made it here. Man. But man, and then she had nerve enough while I was walking out, right? You know what I'm saying? She's like, bye, baby, see you again. And I'm just like, see you when you come in next time. I'm like, but What you calling me baby for? I don't know you. But at the same time, I'm like, there's that piece of me. Oh my God, you call me babe. oh my God. But anyway, man. Anyway. Um, let me see. Where do I put this at? Let me see. Where's no, that's the homie server. Nah, okay. This is it. All right. Let me see. I'm just trying to get through sharing this with everybody that I need to. And then I'm gonna get started. I'm gonna get started after this. You know what I'm saying? Sorry to the people that expected me to like just jump right in. I had to talk about that. I had to because I thought that was fucking hilarious. But needless to say, let's see what else. Oh yeah, my own chat. Oh, there we go. All right, cool beans. All right, I've shared this out with everyone I need to share it to. And without further ado, we're gonna get into this shit. Let's start off with some mildly disturbing material. So I got for y'all today. So the Colombian Senate, or like their Democratic governing body, they've just voted to finally make illegal child marriage. And this is how the celebration was. No more child brides. This is crazy. This is 20. This is 2024. This is 2024, y'all. In 2024, there are still countries where, yes, you know what I'm saying, developed, might I add, countries, like fairly developed countries, where you can marry a child. And they went through hell just to tell people, no, you cannot do that. And people are making arguments for why they should be able to marry a child. That's some sick shit. That's some really, really, really sick shit. Okay. Really sick. Oh man. Anyway, what does he mean by do we play all the time? Do we play all the time? You're always welcome. Man, you weren't there the last 2 times I played. Anyway, let's see, close that. All right. So next, you know what I'm saying? Next I got grandpa. I got grandpa here. Grandpa here standing on motherfucking business. Grandpa standing on motherfucking business.
Smacked his granddaughter across the face. I smacked my granddaughter across the goddamn face because she was swearing in public and mouthing off to her grandmother.
W's in the chat for grandpa. I don't see nothing wrong there. We need to bring that back. W's in the chat for grandpa for sure, because I think,
like, for sure. Because look, man, I know people they're against what is it, corporal punishment or whatever. Like, they're against corporal punishment, but I'm for it. you look at where society was then and where society is now, we kind of need it. We need it. People need to understand there are dire consequences for your actions. Just straight up. People need to understand. I'm with it. I'm with it every single day of the week. You got to smack them upside the head, smack them across the mouth, smack their hand, do whatever. Like, cool, whooping, cool. Because it's better you do it than somebody on the outside do it. Because the person on the outside do it ain't going to stop. They're not going to show them love. There's not going to be a limit. And I think that's a lot of where like corporal punishment, like I guess the disdain comes from, is because there's adults, there's parents out there that are not, okay, particularly kind to their children. Okay, they do not know when to stop. They beat them like they're fucking adults. They take out their aggression of the whole day on that child's rear end or whatever, just for no reason, like for no reason at all, like not even a good purpose. You're just doing it just to do it. You're like going off on a kid. Stop it. You should go to jail every time you do that. No child abuse, okay? No child abuse, no child neglect. Like, you need to seek help. All right. All that kid did, but they forgot to take out the dishes. They spilled some food on the floor. There's no reason for you to be beating them senseless like that. Anyway, Grandpa stood on business. I support him. I support him in standing on business. Now, let's tap in. Let's talk to Duke. You know what I'm saying? Let's look at Duke. Let's look at Duke. Let's look at Duke. All right, I'm gonna minimize myself. You know what I'm saying? Let Duke talk to y'all about some real ish. You know what I'm saying? Let Duke talk to y'all about some real ish.
Kyle said that he haven't seen me get curved. You know why? Because I go for girls who like me.
Yeah.
That's just plain and simple. I'm not approaching girls, and I'm not, you know what I'm saying, shooting full court shots. And I'm not wasting.
Well, okay, now look, now, Negro. Like, I don't know a woman that doesn't like you. I don't know a woman that doesn't find you attractive. Okay. There's no woman that I've went down, like, there's no woman that doesn't find you attractive. So, like, yeah, you go for women that like you, and it's like all of them. Duh, that's why you don't fucking miss. Now, at the same time, if we extrapolate that principle onto the masses, like, stop trying to talk to girls that you know wouldn't give you a chance in hell. Like, you don't even have a chance. You're not even doing layups, free throws. You're not even shooting a three. You're shooting from the fucking rafters, like the top row in the fucking crypto arena, wondering why you can't get a woman, because you're shooting from the top row of the crypto arena. Duh, you didn't make the shot. Duh, it wasn't well received. Get you somebody that you're going to at least be on the court for. Okay? Like, it's an art form to be able to shoot from, you know what I'm saying, from out the tunnel. That's an art form. You ain't got it. You ain't got it, dog. I ain't even got it to be shooting out the damn tunnel. I don't shoot out the tunnel. Do I take threes? Absolutely. I take threes all day. If I get a good opportunity to take a three, I'm taking it. I'm taking it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know, like I realize like where my limitations are and like what I can and can't do. And I think everybody you need to lock in with what you can and can't do. Lock in and just embrace who you are. Embrace who you are, because you're not that guy. You're not that guy. And you know you got to compete. It's the same thing with women. Like, women be knowing like they be having to compete with different women, and you want to live under a fucking rock. You know what I'm saying? Thinking you're gonna be the guy that she chooses. You know what I'm saying? When All actuality, there's no way she would. You don't even like you. Why would you think she would? Hello. You can barely hold a conversation with yourself. Why are you trying to be with her? Why are you trying to hold a conversation with her? Let's keep it a stack. Let's keep it a stack. Let's keep it a stack. Anyway, I'm gonna let this man continue.
My time either on girls who I know for a fact just don't like me or have no interest in me. If you don't have interest in me, then I'm just not even I'm not finna persuade somebody to give me the time.
Right.
That's not what I do.
Right.
Interest on your end, interest on my end. Y'all know I told y'all this before. Mutual interest, and boom. Now we talking about something. Yeah. I'm not approaching just anybody.
But that's also because, like, this dude, like, I ain't seen him miss on stream ever, and I literally seen women stop, like, oh my god, that's Duke, like, in traffic. Like, so, fam, you're an anomaly. Like, you're giving the correct advice, but you're an anomaly. Like, you're an anomaly. You're pulling more bitches than than anybody. Like, people are asking, like, can you please spare a bitch? Please, can you just give me a morsel? Just a morsel of like, oh my god, no, bro. No, like, no. Like, you're different. You're built different out here. All right? Built different. Okay. Now that I done got got the little jokes out the way. You know what I'm saying? We didn't vibed out, you know what I'm saying? Got the little jokes out the way. I unfortunately, I'm afraid to tell you, this shit is gonna get funny, dark. Yeah, it's just gonna get darker. It's gonna just get darker and darker and darker and darker and darker. So, hope you're ready. The world is done for. All right, the world is absolutely done for. Exhibit A: sexual assault.
Before I decide if I actually pop my balloon, could you give me a kiss?
That's crazy.
What do you say?
You said.
You want what? I want a kiss.
Yeah.
I know if it's a good kiss or something. Something like that. I just want to see if it's easy. You're not licking your lips. Let me see if you go shameless. Should you say someone shaking ass? Well, let's see now. Don't play with me. Give me a kiss.
Come in.
But, I'm transgender.
What? Like you was born a dude?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
You fucking lying, bro.
That's crazy.
You just kissed a man.
That's crazy. So look. Hold on. Like, we gotta walk this back. Body language, Raj. Right? I had to let y'all watch it in full. So look. Hold on. So look. Here we go. So look. Check this out.
But I'm transgender.
See him? He's looking at the ground. He's going in. So look. At first, he's in denial. Okay, he's in the fucking denial. Okay, in denial. All right. Not the river in Africa, just full blown. I don't believe it. All right.
Like you was born a dude?
Yeah.
You was born a dude?
You fucking lying, bro.
You just kissed a man.
You just kissed a man. Like, she's not making it any better. And his fist is like low key ready to ball up. Like, bro, if this wasn't live on a stream, like if this wasn't being recorded, he would have for sure spazzed out and crashed out. And not only if I wouldn't blame him from crashing out on her. Well, him. And the host right there with the mic, because you knew this motherfucker was trans. Then the other girls, they knew it already. They knew that wasn't a girl. They knew it. Why'd y'all let him do that to himself? Why y'all let him do that to himself? And why'd y'all let him? And like, man, people be trying to defend this shit like, oh, it's okay. Like, no, it's not okay. Not even in a slight joking manner is it okay. Like, you can't do that to people. You can't do that to people. You have to give them an opportunity. You have to legitimately give them an opportunity to actually like respond. I mean, not respond, but like consent. Okay, consent is king now. Okay, we want everybody to be able to consent. He could not consent because he did not know that was a man. He didn't know. He couldn't consent. That's sexual assault by deception or like all like whatever you want to call it. Like it's not okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. And then y'all get mad. People get mad like, oh, they're not supposed to crash out. You're not supposed to da 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 da. But then you find out, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's all these dudes, they end up crashing out and like killing trans women. And you be wondering why, like, duh. You do some shit like this, like somebody's like, yo, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Yo, what the fuck? Now it's different. It's different. It's different. When you're talking about a dude that's in a scenario where he's just like holding it, like he's holding in the fact that he's some type of way or whatever, and he's just not ready to quite come out. But we've already went over that in society that it's supposed to be his decision to come out, but then you like blast him out there, and now he's embarrassed, and now he's perpetually like he doesn't know what to do. His manhood is at stake. Yeah, he just kills you and goes to jail. By the time he gets out, if he gets out, nobody will remember because he's not a part of society anymore. And guess what you are? You're 6 feet under. You're done. Like, it's not, like, that's not okay. That is not okay. There is no world where deceiving someone into being in a relationship with you, kissing you, like any of that, it's okay. They're not able to consent. They are not able to consent. Again, he was not able to consent because there was deception. He had to be in the know to consent. He has to be in the know. He has to be in the know. He has to. This mess is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. On every single possible level, it's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. Don't do that. 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 And plus, he a man too. He know what it is. Like, really? And stuff like this that makes you like that end up making you like public enemy number one, and then that dives into like how do people feel about y'all on other fucking topics. Like you gotta act accordingly. Gotta do the right thing. You can't be doing wrong by people. Anyway, next story. So here we go. We got so basically this dude right here, he's exposing Dogpack 404. He's exposing Dogpack 404. Let's get into it.
Mr. Beast actively advertised his chocolate to be healthier than Hershey's. Luckily, it's just another lie. Dogpack is being deceitful here because he's comparing a single serving size 43 grams Hershey's bar to a 2 serving size 60 grams Feastables bar instead of comparing it to a 1 serving.
See, this that type of shit that I ain't got the time to get into. But I told y'all a long time ago. I said in another video, I should be able to card it up here somewhere, up in that upper right hand corner of your screen. I'm gonna card it, right? My other video saying that he's lying because like it's just too much. Like it's too much. Like when people are coming out telling the truth about somebody, they normally have like a particular area like they stick to. Like, oh, this is this, and this is why this particular person is a bad person. You know what I'm saying? And they stick to a particular area. Like, no, he was somehow saying everything is bad. everything is fake. Everything is like it's unbelievable. It's unfathomable. It's unfathomable. And here he doesn't even know what a fucking serving size is. Clearly he has Dog Pack 404. I said it then, and I'm gonna say it now. Is just a disgruntled employee.
Size 60 grams Feastables bar instead of comparing it to a one serving size 35 grams Feastables bar. While if you recalculate the ingredients of both to 43 grams, then you'll see that Feastables still has less sugar than Hershey's and actually has less calories than the previous formula. This pit is fake. No, it's not. Here's footage of them digging the pit. You know what? Here's a crew member's footage of the two non-CGI buses and non-CGI train being in the pits after they drove them in there. Shredder is CGI. Nope. At this timestamp, they do shred an actual Lamborghini in a legitimate shredder. But I will say that when they use CGI, it looks...
And the thing is, like, I watched the video where he shredded up the Lamborghini. I watched the train one. I know he really did the shit. And the thing is, most people, y'all aren't even watching Mr. Beast's video. It's all on video. It's not even faked. We are in a terrible time as a society when somebody can just go out online, say whatever the fuck they want to, and then people believe it because it's contrary to the image that this person has, and you have to believe it because this person is just that fucking believable. That's no, that's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Shouldn't be done. It shouldn't be done. It shouldn't be done at all.
It's fucking terrible, as if it came straight out of a CW show. This car is digitally lifted. This car isn't digitally lifted. However, they did change the original red coloring to blue to make a visual distinction between the first rocket car they launched and failed, which was red, and the second one they launched, which succeeded, but was also red. Because they were scared that both cars being red might confuse the audience.
Which it would, because you have to realize his audience is nothing but, it's mostly kids. His audience is 18, mostly 18 and below. Then his next demographic is like 18 to 24. Like his demographic is young people. Like a lot of them, and especially the kids that are watching them, like they wouldn't understand that this, like that car isn't the same car. They wouldn't understand it. Excuse me. They wouldn't understand it at all. Anyway.
In post, they just changed the second one's color to blue, but there was no digital lift.
What you're saying, the things that you're saying are truly in good faith, and that you're not a disgruntled employee.
You can watch my video and like view it through the lens of, oh, this guy's just a disgruntled employee. But the evidence still speaks for itself.
Of course.
But the evidence still speaks for itself.
Of course. This accusation of Dogpack 404 actually upset this engineering YouTuber who passionately worked on that rocket car for months to get it working, just to have this goober claim that it's faked. But Dawson doesn't care about collateral damage done to others. He doesn't mind throwing people in front of non-CGI buses to push his own agenda. He did it with the rocket car YouTuber. He did it with that tricked employee's phone recording they showed without his consent. He tried to...
Damn, they tricked this dude. They tricked this dude into talking about some stuff, and they tricked him. Like, again, like I said,
with the rocket car.
Like I said earlier, consent is fucking important.
He did it with that tricked employee's phone recording they showed without his consent. He tried doing it with me by calling...
Hold on, let's see. I would find the Mr. Beast in depth more intriguing. Yeah, but with all the uncertainty and refutability of specific proof right now, this could put me in both legal and financial trouble and ruin my entire channel, which I'm not looking forward to. Hey, I enjoy your content. I don't want to screw you over, which is why I'm being upfront about all of this. However, I think you're being over dramatic. Playing the kind person, didn't call me over dramatic. Peer pressure 101. Yeah, he's trying to. So what he did, what Dogpack did was he got other people to comment on it just to make it seem like he really did this. You know what I'm saying? Like Mr. Beast was really done. You know what I'm saying? And he presented all the evidence in such a way and cut his clips up in such a way where you would think that. And I, being the person that I am, told y'all this is a bit fishy here. This is fishy. Like there was no even when he was doing his video, there was no like, maybe it could be this, maybe it could be that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like what the fuck is his name? He be doing them in-depth things about people. I can't remember his name, but anyway, he did the thing about Logan Paul, CoffeeZilla. CoffeeZilla, I like him because he's willing to go, hey man, you know what I'm saying? This is what it looks like, but it could be something else. You know, he puts the little bit of doubt in there because he knows the evidence he's using is not 100. If he has 100% evidence, he talks like it's 100%. When it's not 100%, he talks like it's not. Therefore, you're able to fully understand. But this guy, Dogpack, is really just trying to push more and more people into whatchamacallit. He's just trying to push more and more people into like believing it.
Over dramatic, pressuring me into making a video accusing Mr. Beast with uncertain and refutable evidence, which by now I know to be untrue, which he doubled down on, by the way.
You were being dramatic, LMAO. How is saying I did not want to make a video with unsubstantiated proof being over dramatic?
Every other commentary
YouTuber made videos on it, and they aren't suing anyone. Me and Rosanna are the only people at risk.
Did it without getting sued. Even
anyone
though
else? No. That's the thing is you have like people like More Pegasus, like his whole channel is just like, oh, Mr. Beast the finale. Oh, he got caught. Oh, da 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 da. He just keeps making Mr. Beast videos. Just keep going. But those type of channels, like they concern me because one day somebody's gonna, and you're faceless. Like this More Pegasus dude, he's faceless. One day somebody's gonna figure out who the fuck you are, and then they're gonna start blasting your life and your shit, and he's not gonna fucking like it. More Pegasus is gonna be fucking sick to his damn stomach. He absolutely is. Him and all the rest of the YouTubers is like that. That's why I can never get into that, like fully into that genre. Like, notice if I talk about something or somebody, like I always play a fucking video, like I'm bringing up court documents or something. Like I have something to validate my opinion. I'm not just going, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying, whoop whoop whoop, and I'm not even trying to twist it a certain way. I'm just like, look, here's what it is. Here's my opinion on it, and I just speak from here's my opinion on it. I even addressed that somebody could see it another way. Like I wasn't even mad when I made my first video about Dogpack if people believed them, but I said this is sounding really unbelievable because it's too much coincidence. Too much had to be true, and you're way too in the know for somebody that only worked there for 6 fucking weeks. You're way too in the know. That's not possible.
Because a lot of YouTubers tried milking the situation and threw unsubstantiated, easily disprovable accusations out there for clout, views, and money without getting sued, doesn't make it an okay thing to do.
Yes, it doesn't make it an okay thing to do. That is absolutely correct. That's absolutely correct, man. Y'all make sure y'all go check out Serial, man, on YouTube. Y'all make sure y'all check out Serial. Because like for a hard fact, like that shouldn't be done. That really shouldn't be done. That shouldn't be something that people are striving to do. Like you shouldn't be like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me just try and like obliterate this person into like no end to till there's nothing left. And for what? Like that's the real kicker for me. Like for what? Why are you going this aggressively and this hard after somebody you don't know? Like I'm gonna make a video and then I'm gonna walk off from it. That's it. There's other things to talk about. I'm gonna make a video, walk off from it, go talk about something else, go talk about something else, go talk about something else. Like even in the stream, you can see in the last 40 minutes, we went through like, I don't know, like 20 different topics, not 20, but like 5 different topics. Five. Like, but you can't consolidate your thoughts. You got to just keep painting this narrative because you want it to be true so bad. So then you can be your content can be validated, which it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Anywho, next, the next thing here is I got Summer Walker here. All right, and she's gonna explain why she the next atrocities will be unleashed upon the political class. The next atrocity will be unleashed upon a political class. I mean, what you talking about? What you mean? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by the next atrocity will be unleashed upon a political class? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
Yeah, I had a lot of jobs. I had a lot of jobs. And it's so funny because my label actually had to pay me money to quit my job because I had got signed and I was still working my job. And they're like, can you cut it out?
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah, you like, man, no, I gotta do something this and that. Like, nah.
Yeah, like I ain't rich yet. I
Yeah,
just got
but
my
you know
job.
what? That's a hell of a work ethic too, though. You know what I'm saying? When you're like, wait, and you believe and you trust in yourself, but you're like, hold on, man. You know, this first of the month, these bills, they still gonna come around. So you didn't just jump off and say, let me step out on faith, even if I can't see the whole staircase. You made sure you were still so-called solid.
I had a cleaning business called
Like for sure. Like I get Summer Walker and why she did that. Like that's even me with this shit. Like I could easily be on here like all day, every day, making YouTube videos all day, every day, like more content, more da 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 da. But at some point you gotta ask yourself, who's putting the money behind you? Like who's keeping the lights on, who's paying for where you're living at, you know what I'm saying? Like gas in the vehicle, food, all that stuff. Like how is this gonna happen? You know what I'm saying? And if you have not fully arrived yet, it's best you kind of just keep going on with the status quo and then just add your new life in. And eventually your new life will take over your old life. And then you can let that old thing go. Like I look forward to the day where I can let work go. But right now, I can't do that. I can't do such a thing. I got to stay locked in. That's just what it is. Anyway.
Summer So Clean, and I had a cleaning business called Summer So Clean, and I was a dancer at the same time. I worked at like Five Guys. I had like mad jobs.
Wait, hold on. Did you say you worked at Five Guys, like the burger place?
I worked at Five Guys,
That's
Wendy's.
Look, the fact that she's a dancer too, it's crazy. Like she was a but I believe it because that video to that song by Trouble come through. Want me to come through. Yes, like she made an Instagram video of her like pole dancing to come through, and it made that song like pop off. That song had already been out and it made that song go viral. Like just her dancing, like, and it looked good. I'm not even gonna hold you. It looked real good. That was a phenomenal Instagram. That Instagram video had to be like, I got to be responsible for at least 100 views. I got to be responsible for at least 100. At least 100. Still the ambition. Thank you. Thank you for following. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. I see that. Man. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, man. Yeah, but I mean, I respect that. Like, always keep working for like till you get to where you're trying to go. Like, work hard. You know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do, and then when the time comes, you'll be able to let everything that you don't need to go. You'll be able to let it go. But make sure you stay working.
Did you say you worked at Five Guys, like the burger place?
I worked at Five Guys, Wendy's, everything you can think. Like, and I'm not gonna go without nobody. Like,
yeah. And something not to knock you off your square, but working at Five Guys, working at Wendy's, it is not to knock you off your square. Would you still eat there?
I still do.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, okay, so that means you don't know something we don't know. Okay, yeah. That means you. I thought you knew somebody. If you would have been like, nah, big, nah.
Now Wendy's, I don't know. Five Guys. No, it's real because seriously, like I had to cut them onions. That ain't no frozen nothing. Like everything fresh.
Okay, yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, man. Like for real, like all artists, I would tell them the same thing. Content creators, like anybody that's trying to make it in life, get you that this is your stepping stone job or jobs. Because you need money to be able to invest in yourself. Not every time is somebody going to come up and invest in you. You need to you need to invest in yourself. You need to put forth that effort and that level of drive. Like it makes it even sweeter when you get this off the ground. When you get your dream off the ground, it makes it even sweeter. It makes it even better because now you're like, man, I remember the days when, excuse me, I had to have 2 jobs. Now I'm just working this one and I'm working for myself and I'm creating content or I'm streaming, I'm doing this, doing that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Because like you're able to do that. You know what I'm saying? Now because you took care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? You did what was necessary. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Summer Walker. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm not even gonna bring that up about Summer Walker. I'm gonna let this video end positively. I'm gonna let this video end positively. She's a good person, good human being. Anyway, we're gonna get into some more politics. You know what I'm saying? Get into some more politics. So let's let Pete Buttigieg talk to us.
Let me say this. One theme that was in the book that I think we need to spend a lot more time thinking about is how we get information. So you recall I wrote up a little bit these studies on vaccine misinformation and the fact that Russia didn't just push anti-vax message. Often what they would do is they would push an anti-vax message and a pro-vax message at the same people because the point was just to get you at each other's throats. And I think a lot of that's happened recently. Yes, they had a preferred presidential candidate. But their biggest objective wasn't to have for one side to win. It was to break down our trust. It turns out all the nuclear weapons in the world are not capable of doing what this information vector into our society did with shocking efficiency. And we're behind. I don't just mean like those who are on my side of the political spectrum are behind. I think America's behind. Here's something to think about.
Yeah, so I want to say straight up, like I agree with Pete Buttigieg here. Like we are behind the ball on misinformation. We are getting curb stomped, misinformation and disinformation. We're getting curb stomped into the ground. They are literally dragging us by our nose, pulling us by our ear. You know what I'm saying? And they got us. They got us right where they want us. Like we're at each other's throat. We don't even, there's not even an agreement anymore on what an American is. What it means to be an American. We're not even in agreement on that anymore. We're not even in agreement on the truth anymore, on facts anymore. You used to be able to go, hey, look, here's the science behind this, blah, 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 blah. And somebody goes, okay, and they just shut up and go, yep, this is it. This is facts. Or you show them, hey, this did happen. Here's the video. They look at the video and they go, oh God, damn. I didn't know that happened. But now you can't even do that anymore. They're winning. They're winning. We're at each other's throat, and nobody. It's because of the human psychological problem to where nobody wants to admit they were wrong. Nobody wants to humble themselves and go, you know what? I was wrong. Nobody wants to do it. Nobody wants to do it at all.
In terms of trust. For the last 100 years, it's been possible to more or less decisively settle a question with photographic evidence, right? If you're trying to prove whether a thing happened or not, if you're trying to establish whether somebody's telling the truth or lying in politics, in the courtroom, whatever, one of the best tools you could use to try to establish the truth was a photo. That's basically not true anymore, or it's about to be not true, right? The AI stuff is so sophisticated. We're kind of getting out of the period where already with the deep fakes and stuff, we're kind of graduating out of that. Yep. Now, on one level, that's terrifying because it's one symptom of the fact that right now we have never had more information and we've never been less informed, right? That's the result of the information bombardment we're living with. And
what's so crazy? Like, did y'all hear the audience? They went, All the audience went, like, listen again.
Terrifying because it's one symptom of the fact that right now we have never had more information and we've never been less informed, right? That's the result.
Like they all went,
information bombardment.
That's so funny to me.
We're living with, and the having our news feed be decided by an algorithm instead of an editor, right? On the other hand, if that was true for the last 100 years,
Yep.
then that means it was not true for the thousands of years before the 1920s, right?
Mhm.
So what do we do before that? I mean, we had signatures as a means of authentication. It's useful, not exactly impossible to defeat, right? But there were people who helped figure out what was a forgery and what was real in the 17th century, right? So we've got to be harder targets for this misinformation stuff.
Yeah.
And we got to recognize that sometimes the misinformation that comes at us won't just be designed to attack a person. It will be designed to attack our trust itself. We just lived this in a huge way in Hurricane Helene response. And there's only a couple solutions I know of. One is to get things and people offline. Again, I think this is a mayor's instinct. You run into somebody at the dog park and they're the same person who is just horrible from behind a keyboard. We actually talk to them, they're not so bad. I did with Elon. I mean, I don't know if you followed this. Like he texted this thing or he tweeted this thing that wasn't true about the FAA. And I just asked him to call me and then he did. And then we solved the problem. I'm under no illusions about the bigger picture, but that happens, right? So one is try to find people offline when they're better than when they're online. The other is to actually understand the dynamics of the information space. And this is a message I have in particular for young people who are ready to make yourself useful in the political and social life of this country. Because we've got to be harder targets. Look, I bet in the 17th century, if I was walking down Harvard Square, if we had a Harvard Square then, or outside of Massachusetts Hall, and somebody handed me a pamphlet that was printed on a printing press, I would have been pretty impressed. I would have been more inclined to believe it. Because not everybody has a printing press. This must be legit, right? Then over time, we became more sophisticated. I don't know if Gen Z even... If you should find yourself reading a hard copy, well, you got my book. So if you find yourself reading a hard copy of Time Magazine or the New York Times or whatever, sometimes your eye falls on newsprint and it's designed to look like an article, but it's actually an ad. And it only takes your brain like half a second to realize it's an ad. You just have some pattern recognition that tells you, right? We don't have that at the same level on the digital stuff. And every time we form it, a new medium arises.
Yep.
We're going to have to figure out how to pick through that and really understand what's real and what's.
Yeah, I agree with him. Dang, I didn't pause at all. I was kind of letting him cook because he was cooking. But we really got to find a way through it. And I think that's why a lot of algorithms, they'll change the way they look and they'll change this and that and the third about them, because now you're looking at it and you're like, am I even on Instagram? Is this Threads? Is this Facebook? Is this X? Wait, no, this is TikTok. What? Is this YouTube? Is this Twitch? You don't know where you're at. You don't even know what you're looking at, because they just keep always changing and they always keep adding more ways to look more similar to each other, which makes it harder for you to overcome that barrier. Because now, I used to be able to tell when somebody's on Snap, right? If it was a Snap, I'd be able to tell. That's a Snapchat. They recorded that on Snapchat. They for sure recorded that on Snapchat. Now with Instagram stories, I'm like, is that a Snap? You know what I'm saying? Because they got nearly the same identical features. I mean, features and filters. And then at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Now with the live stream stuff, it's is this person on TikTok? Is this person on Twitch? Where are they at? You don't even know anymore where these clips are coming from. For example, I was doing the Trump videos last week. I was reacting to them on stream, and I'm just like, hold on. I couldn't figure out, you could see me in real time try to figure out where these clips came from. And then I had to go find them, and they were actually on Rumble of all things. I didn't know they were on Rumble. I didn't even know you could post videos like that on Rumble. It took me, before I even got on stream, I had looked for those videos on my phone for at least an hour. Could not find them. That's disturbing. We're in a very, 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 it's some dark times. And then you have people trying to revise history. You know what I'm saying? You got Joe Rogan saying, oh, Trump didn't say, you know what I'm saying, verifying people on both sides. when you have him in 4K saying it on video. I watched the press conference. I literally watched him in real time say it to me. And now you're trying to tell me it's the Mandela effect and that you, one person, know better? Get the fuck out of here. And then everybody else, oh, you just believe that liberal media. He never said that. It's not even liberal media. I literally watched him on Fox News say it. So now what? If Newsmax tries to go pull a clip in support of him, guess what? They wouldn't be able to find it. Why? Because when you run the full video, he said it. He said it. He said there are very fine people on both sides. He did do that. And that's a scary place. And people aren't even trying to investigate what some people have said no more. They're just like, it's so-and-so. I'm going to believe it. That's not good.
Not real, right? That's the difference between the person who is correctly upset with the administration because we haven't solved their economic problem and the person who is happy with their economic circumstance but has been led to believe that unemployment is an all-time high in the United States of America, right? If we can at least be having politics over this, then it's over reality. And if we're getting dinged, it's because of something we actually got wrong.
Yeah.
So I think those themes of trust and what we do in order to have access to the same reality matter more than ever. But I don't have the prescription other than more time offline and more circumstances. Let me add one other thing, more circumstances that pull us offline. I think military service does this. I think any pattern of belonging that is not predicted by your political affiliation, that can be at a faith community, a neighborhood, a sports team, whatever. Find those because those overlapping circles are really important. But the rest of it, not to put it back on you, is kind of what this generation is going to have to help us lead the way out of, because my generation clearly can't figure it out. Our generation.
Like, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. Like,
pull us offline. I think military service.
And this is why I'm so happy that I'm well traveled and I travel all the time, because it keeps me from like getting one perspective and getting like mental locked, excuse me. You know what I'm saying, into these one perspectives. That's why I have like a bunch of different community groups that I deal with for different things. And I've always valued having all these different perspectives. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like having women around. You know what I'm saying? I like having friends that are, you know what I'm saying, that are white and Hispanic and Asian and Indian and all this stuff, and people from all over the world, like as friends. I love it because it allows me, it puts a check on my reality, and it keeps me from falling into a place where I'm falling into an echo chamber of, you know what I'm saying, like repeated belief. Because if you repeat it enough, your brain is just going to believe it by default. You never want to be there. You never want to be where you believe anything by default. You want to question it. You want to question it. You want to question it. You always want to have to dig deeper. You always should have to dig deeper. Like, I don't even need people that have the same, you know what I'm saying, the same identical faith as me. Or lack of faith. Like, if you don't believe, that's cool. You can be around me too. Whether you believe, don't believe, you're Muslim, you're Hindu, you're whatever. That's cool. We ain't even got to believe the same brand of Christianity. It's cool. Excuse me, because I value your perspective. I do. And I have enough sense in education as a fucking adult to go, I don't think you're making sense. I don't think you know what you're talking about. But I can only have that place within myself when I've taken the time out for myself to go research things and go get to the bottom of some things, to where when I say something, I'm speaking from facts. I'm speaking from truth. That's why I'm the last reasonable person left. Anyway, a break. Let's take a break. Let's watch a little girl say some crazy shit about a deer.
Daddy,
This commentary straight. That little girl, I don't know if you can hear it correctly, but she said, I love having nightmares. Seek help. Get that little girl a therapist immediately. There's no reason why you should like nightmares. There's no reason why Freddy Krueger shows up to you in the night and in your dreams and you just start laughing. Like, you know what I'm saying? And there's nothing he can do because you're just amused. No, 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 ma'am.
Should I stare it?
Why is dude won't even let the other dude run? Oh, he pushed him down a hole. Oh, what the fuck? Hold on, look. So the other one, he was right there. Now watch. He pushed him into the hole. He pushed him in a hole. That's beef. That's generational beef. What did he do? What did he do to you? What did he do? Did he fuck your girl? Huh? Did he fuck your girl? Like, what are we talking about? Why you had to put Buddy into a hole? What did he do? Come on. All right. Now that we've taken a brief break, okay, it's only darkness from here. Okay, it's only pure darkness from here. All right, so let's get it. The world's done for. All right, the world is done for.
I'm in Short North, downtown Columbus right now, and there are literally Nazis shouting the N-word, shouting profanities about Jewish people, walking the streets right now with guns and a megaphone.
What the fuck are they saying? What are they saying? Like, I don't know. As a black person, I see so much racism. I'm unmoved, and I know that they're fucking cowards because they're covering their face. Call me when they're not covering their face. Because if they weren't covering their face, I'm like, okay, these buddies, they got real fucking plans. They got real fucking plans. They are really problems. Okay. So with that said, hold on. I'm finna try and find something else. I'm gonna try and find something else to go with this because neo-Nazi Columbus. Oh, the governor responded. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be great. Okay, let's cook. Okay, this is an ad. Oh, okay, the ad gotta go. The ad gotta run. All right. So anyway, hold on. Let me let this ad run. Hold on. Boom, boom, boom. All right, let's lock in. Let's lock in because I want to hear what the mayor has to say about this, about these neo-Nazis. I gotta know. I gotta know what he has to say. I gotta know.
The sidelines and get into the.
No, I can't have you playing music on my stream like that because I'm gonna turn it into a YouTube video.
Breaking news out of Capitol Hill, South Dakota Senator John Thune edging out Texas Senator John Cornyn for the top.
What? What? This is what people got to deal with when they watch TV? They go, this just in, and they run an ad? They're that damn bad? Is this for real? This can't be TV now. I don't even watch TV, bro. I don't even watch TV. Please, for the love of God, please tell me this is not how TV works now. No wonder ain't nobody watching. You can't even get the news.
Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear, who joins us from Lexington. Good morning to you, Governor. You're a blue governor in a...
Okay, no, this ain't even the same. This ain't even the same video. This ain't even the same video. They just disappointed me. They just disappointed me. Yeah, I can't. Nah, this ain't even it. How did they put a video in here? Neo-Nazi Columbus, Ohio. Excuse me. Oh man. Oh, here we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look. Yeah, we can get a better look. We can get a better look at these cowards. Yeah. And they blurred out the image. Obviously, I understand why they did. Like, I understand why they did that. That makes sense. So here's the governor's statement. If I don't find the video of him saying it, I'm gonna read it, and I'm gonna try and find a video of him saying this because I know he made a statement. Ohio Governor Mike DeWine issued the following statement regarding the neo-Nazis who marched in Columbus today. We will not tolerate hate in Ohio. Neo-Nazis, their faces hidden behind red masks, roamed the streets in Columbus today carrying Nazi flags and spewing vile and racist speech against people of color and Jews. There were reports that they were also espousing white power sentiments. There is no place in this state for hate, bigotry, anti-Semitism, or violence. We must denounce it wherever we see it. Now, here's the thing. I hear people all the time go, oh my God, like, why can't white people be proud of their heritage? Because every time white people go white power, y'all kill somebody. Y'all can't ever just be happy. Y'all gotta go, let's go kill them black people though. Yeah, let's go hang up the black person. Yeah, that's it. That'll do it. That'll get us going, man. That'll get us going. There's nothing that says white power more than that. Fucking wrong with y'all. Fuck is wrong. Fuck is wrong. That's why everybody goes, nah, y'all can't be saying white power like that. Because y'all just like killing people. Y'all like killing people of color. You know what I'm saying? In particular, black people. No. You don't get to tell me you're at ABC. You don't get to say none of that. I don't want to hear about none of that. I don't even know what that is. Oh, credit builder mess? Nah. And you're paused now? Really? An ad froze? I had to wait for an ad to load? Y'all need to start. They need to start burning these hoes in, bro. They need to start burning them in.
Protesters carrying a Nazi flag outside a community theater production. The latest evidence of a rise in anti-Semitism nationwide.
So look. Here's the thing, though. These are not protesters, okay? Because there's nothing for them to protest. They're domestic terrorists. Flat out. They're domestic terrorists. Flat out. Because if this was a Muslim group that was talking crazy like this, they'd be in jail. Big jail. Big jail. Wouldn't even be a question. Matter of fact, we wouldn't even see them no more. They'd be in some black site. They disappear. Then all of a sudden they show up for trial, found guilty 2 weeks. Like, come on. And these demonstrators gathered outside of the Diary of Anne Frank play in Michigan.
ABC's Lena Moise.
This was the scene in Howell, Michigan, near Detroit. Nazi protesters outside the American Legion, which was hosting a play, The Diary of Anne Frank, about the Holocaust. People were shocked. They were appalled. An Army veteran posting the encounter on the Legion's Facebook page, saying as he confronted the group, they shouted anti-Semitic and racial slurs.
We had 75 people downstairs that watched that play. And out of that 75, there was 50 or 60 of them that were afraid to leave this building. We had to escort them to their cars. Nobody in America should feel like that.
In upstate New York, another disturbing scene this week. Hundreds of wanted posters plastered across the University of Rochester, accusing certain staff members of ethnic cleansing and displacing Palestinians.
Why? Just because they're Jewish? That's insane. Oh, that's so fucking insane. That's like me going up to a random white person and just be like, you know, you're an evil person because of my so and so my great grandmother or great grandmother was a, you know what I'm saying, it was a slave or just experienced discrimination or this other shit. Like, are we fucking serious? Why are you coming at people that had nothing to do with it crazy? They ain't got nothing to do with what's going on over there. They ain't got nothing to do with it. They go to work and they go home just like you. You ain't even got nothing to do with the shit over there. Because if you actually cared, you go over there and actually fucking do something. Or you'd actually donate. You'd actually do something tangible. But you don't. Everything you do is performative to make yourself feel better and make yourself feel like you are participating instead of actually participating in the liberation of said people. Y'all ain't about nothing. Y'all ain't about nothing. Period. Dot. Y'all ain't about nothing. Y'all are not ready to crash out about them. Stop it. Just stop the cap, man. Stop the cap.
University says the faculty members were targeted because they're Jewish. It comes.
Oh, okay. Can you hey, can you give me an oversight as to what you're talking about? I'm confused. Okay, so look, I'm talking about I'll go back a couple seconds just to play you the clip and then I'll explain why I said what I said. So hold on, go back. I think it's right. I think they started right there. Yeah, there we go.
You should feel like that. In upstate New York, another disturbing scene this week. Hundreds of wanted posters plastered across the University of Rochester, accusing certain staff members of ethnic cleansing and displacing Palestinians. The university says the fact.
So here's why I'm saying what I'm saying, because they think that by posting these faculty members on a wanted poster, okay, because they're Jewish, is helping the Palestinian people. Excuse me, just flat out, it's not helping your cause whatsoever. It's not helping their cause whatsoever. These people go to work and go home just like they do. You're at a university in the United States. You are it's way safer. You are categorically safer than anybody that's in Palestine. Categorically safer. You're categorically safer than anybody in the Middle East. In general, you're safer than anybody in Israel. You're safer. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for the context. Are you pro-Palestine? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. But so we had a conversation last night about this. And I don't want to like have this take over the topic here, but I do want to say this like very like concretely. Like, Hamas has to release the hostages. That's just flat out, because there's nowhere else like the negotiations can go. Like, you got to release so then everybody has no choice but to then go, hey, you guys can't bomb them. They don't even have hostages anymore. So then it makes it a quest for revenge, and it's not actually like this. It's not it can't be even phrased as a liberation movement. It becomes a quest for revenge. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can see it, but people can also like argue the other side. If you take away their argument for the other side, then what? When you come to the negotiating table, you're like, yo, leave us alone, and give us our territory and our land back and our water and our electricity. Give us all that back. Okay, we got to leave y'all alone now. That's it. But you know what I'm saying? Like at the same time, you're dealing with groups of people that don't. Yeah, I mean, I'm Israeli, so I have a very different perspective. The thing is like we can't. Y'all both groups. Y'all are gonna have to learn to coexist with each other. As long as the Middle East exists, there will always be Israelis there, and there will always be Muslims there. There will always be Palestinians there, whether you want to acknowledge them as Palestinians or not, or you know what I'm saying. Like if you find that to be like somewhat disrespectful or whatever, like it doesn't change anything. Like it doesn't. Those people exist. They're human beings. They deserve to be treated as such. A lot of those people have nothing to do with what you have going on in your day-to-day, and you don't have anything to do with what they're doing in their day-to-day. Most of the people are cool. The problem is you have these extreme fringe elements on both sides that are literally dragging the rest of the people through the coals. And that's making other people get involved. And it's just becoming a bigger and bigger and bigger hate session. You know what I'm saying? I think the best conversation ever about this, unfortunately, happened in Naruto when Pain was talking to fucking Naruto, and when Naruto was talking back to Pain, because they're talking about that cycle of hatred. Y'all are just building and building and building more and more hate against and resentment against each other. Nobody is solving that. That is the root of all of this, is hatred. Due to the fact that somebody lost their mother, somebody lost their father. Yes, of course you hate the person that killed them. Like you say friends element on both sides, but in Israel, the big majority support IDF, and we certainly support what they do. So I don't think that's correct. So okay. This is interesting. So you're proving my point. You're proving my point that I said to Mooncake last night, because I said most of y'all do, and I kind of backed off of it because I was like, I ain't talked to nobody from Israel in a while. But you're proving my point. Like it's that I made the other night. That's interesting. That's interesting, dude. Like y'all gotta listen. Y'all are gonna be stuck with the Palestinian people. Period. Dot. Y'all are going to be stuck with other Muslims. Period. Dot. They're not going anywhere. There's no world where Israel expands itself and takes over the whole Middle East. It's not happening. You would have to genocide all the Muslims. It's not happening. It's not happening. You wouldn't be able to do it. So with that being said, there's on some level man, hold on. Where the fuck is Mooncake? Where the fuck is Moon? Where the fuck is Moon? Where the fuck is Moon? That's crazy. Yeah. Listen, bro. Listen. Y'all are gonna run Cormac. Y'all are gonna run into the same problem America did in the Middle East. Because you can't tell people we want to get rid of terrorists, we want to da 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 da. But then at the same time, you kill a bunch of innocent people. You can't do that. It doesn't work that way. Because quite naturally, if I'm a father and you kill my daughter, I have a brother. If you killed my brother and I have the opportunity to get revenge, your ass is grass. Your ass is grass. And that's just a fact. because that's how I feel, because I love my brother. And because that father loves his daughter, yeah, we have big bombs and they don't, but that doesn't mean you get to, it doesn't fix anything. It does not. It does not. Tell me for a firm fact, has public sentiment in Afghanistan, Iran, or anything changed since America was in the Middle East? It has not. Palestinian people's public perception of you all and the Muslim community that surrounds you all has not changed whatsoever. It hasn't changed whatsoever. You're literally starting a problem that if somebody chooses to crash out against y'all, you wouldn't be able to fix. Tell me this: are Afghan women better under the Taliban? Are Iraqis better than with Saddam Hussein? Tell me that ain't got nothing. That has nothing to do. That those because you said Saddam Hussein, which was a crazy person, insane. He was a bad dictator, and then you talking about a Taliban, a terrorist group. The answer, it would be categorically no. Just off of who they are. That's not even deep. That's not even a real question. That didn't prove anything. That didn't prove anything at all. That doesn't prove anything at all. At all. At all. You cannot bomb freedom. You cannot bomb in freedom. You cannot bomb in good ideals. You can't do it. You can't do it. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. It never has. It never will. Never has, never will. There's no world where that works. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. You have every right to defend yourself, but at some point, you're crossing a line. That's why, are you pro-Ukraine? Yeah. 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 It's simple. That's simple too. That one's simple. But at some point, you know what I'm saying? Like, Russia got to leave. They're in their house. They're in their territory. They got to leave. They got to straight up leave. They got to straight up leave. So should the people be able to, again, you're talking about defending yourself. So you want all the Palestinians out of Gaza. Is that what you're saying? Cormac, is that what you're saying? You want all the Palestinians out of Gaza. Is that what you're saying? By any means. Because you believe it fundamentally belongs to Israel. That's what you're saying. No, I don't want them to leave. No, I don't want them to leave Gaza at all. Okay, so what are you saying then? Because what do you want them to do? What do you want them to do? You want them to leave you alone. How many bombs, like quantify a number of bombs that is going to take? Holy shit. Jesus Christ. I will make sure they are buried there. You need help, bro. You need help. You need help. No, I don't want them to leave Gaza. Not at all. Oh yeah, you're wilding, bro. You're wilding. You're wilding. You're wilding. You're wilding. You're wilding. You're wilding. That's wrong. That's wrong. See, that's that shit. That's that shit. That's that shit. That's that shit. See, this is why y'all have problems now. And y'all always will. You know what I'm saying? Biblically speaking, you know what I'm saying? God told you there'll always be a thorn in your side, and here they are. Here they are. They're always going to be one. They're always going to be one. And no matter what you do, they'll never fully be gone. They'll never fully be gone. They'll never fully be gone. And y'all are going to have to suffer some consequences behind it. That's not okay. That's not okay. That's an insane statement. That's an absolutely insane statement. Man, where the fuck is Moon? Where the fuck is Moon? Because I told her. I fucking told her. Y'all are some crash outs. Y'all are some crash outs. Y'all think that like saying that type of stuff and doing that type of thing would like solve your problem. It won't. It won't at all. Y'all are victims of your own propaganda machine. Y'all are victims of your own propaganda machine. It's insane. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing with Ukraine. Ukraine and the difference between Ukraine and y'all. Ukraine just like, yo, Russians, leave Ukraine. That's it. That's all. Once they get them out of what is theirs, they're done. The war is over. They won. They got them out. And then they'll just defend themselves from that point forward. The problem, the fundamental problem is Crimea Ukrainian. I mean, when you look at what it was in 2015, yes, indeed it was. Russia took it so they could have another freshwater port. They took it. They took it. It belonged to somebody else. It belonged to somebody else. 2014, 2015, shit. Who gives a fuck? You know what I meant. I was off by a year. Okay. I was off by a year. Same gist. Same gist. Same gist. It was theirs. What about Curse? Is that Ukrainian? Yeah, it's in Ukraine. It's in Ukraine. You keep naming places that are in Ukraine. Before the war started, Curse was in Ukraine. Like, so what are we talking about? Curse, no, it's in Russia. Wow, Jesus Christ, hold on. No, it was Russian before war, but cursed. Hold on. Let's do this. Cursed. Cursed incursion. The cursed offensive. Training incursion into curse. Oh, curse. That curse. Okay, I'm wrong. But yeah, because they're attacking them at their home. So yeah, they went over there and struck back. Like that's not insane. That's not that insane. And plus, we're talking about two statehoods. We're not talking about people. We're not talking about like groups. We're not talking about some fringe group. You know what I'm saying? We're not talking about like a terrorist organization that's like this small group of people that are like able to organize and strike back against you. That for some reason have the will of the people behind them because they kind of want, because people want revenge against you because you killed their kids. Look at their brothers, their sisters, their mothers, their friends. Y'all killed too many innocent people. Like, of course, people want it back in blood. You killed too many innocents. I do too. But Ukraine has been very, very, very clear. They will stop when they get them out. When you talk about a terrorist organization, which Hamas is, you can't bomb away a terrorist organization when you kill whatchamacallit. What? When the orcs are blown apart, it makes me joyful. Do you like those FVP? I don't even know what you're talking about. Let me just keep going forward. Anyway,
faculty members were targeted because they're Jewish. It comes just days after two Jewish students at DePaul University in Chicago were physically attacked, one a reservist in the Israeli military. Police releasing images of the masked men, calling it a hate crime. The Anti-Defamation League reports a 300% increase in
That is a hate crime. It is a hate crime. It is a hate crime. To attack that man in the middle of the street in America, like for no reason, he ain't did nothing, actually did anything to you. Yeah, that's a hate crime. It is what it is.
incidents in Chicago alone over the last year. Nationwide, more than 10,000 anti-Semitic incidents have been reported since the Hamas attack on Israel last October, an increase of 200%. Cases also spiking overseas. In Amsterdam, some calm last night after riots broke out again Monday. Video circulating online shows a tram on fire and windows smashed days after Israeli soccer fans were attacked in the city. Some Israeli soccer fans also heard chanting anti-Arab slurs. Extra security is in place for an Israeli soccer.
Yeah, and that goes to like that level of like hatred. Like that level of hatred that y'all have towards one another, it has to get fixed, but it can't get fixed through violence. You can't fix that through violence. You can't. Like you have to be firm in having enough like strong stance to where nobody wants to attack you. But then, however, on the flip side, when you go to attack this person back, you need to be very surgical in how you strike them back. Therefore, no one can blame you, you know what I'm saying, for like random like other people dying. You know what I'm saying? It will get fixed. Trust us, we will never stop after October 7th. You cannot stop us now that Trump is in. I told somebody, I told her last night. I told her last night that the damage is done completely. The damage is done. People were already oppressed living there in Palestine anyway. Y'all had already been going back and forth doing raids and incursions on both sides. Whether you want to talk about the Nakba or not, you know what I'm saying? Like people fell away. You know what I'm saying? People fell away about it. And yeah, this is crazy. This is crazy. That's not hate don't fix that. Hate doesn't fix it. Damn, hate does not fix that. Yeah, y'all are cooked, man. Y'all are cooked. God bless you. God bless you. Y'all are cooked. Cause y'all are fully committed to just hating. Like to just having the hate in your heart. You're just fully committed to it. You're fully committed to it. Man, and I told her. I fucking told her it was like this. She told me, no, it's not like that. Da, 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 da. I knew it. I told her. Hold on. When is the part I tell you I'm not Israeli and I'm just messing? Whatever. When is the part where I tell you I'm not Israeli and I'm just messing? Oh, okay. Okay. This is crazy. This is crazy. That's cap. That's cap, man. That's cap. I think you are. I think you are. I think you are now at this point. I think you are. You're not just messing around like that's you went too far to be messing around. You went way too far. You went way too far. Do I believe in Allah? No, I'm Christian. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe in Yeshua. Um, Smooth is legit streaming and in Moon's chat. Wow, yeah, bro, no, because I had to tell her. You can see the chat from before, right? Moon, born again Moon. You can see the chat, bro. You can see the chat from before, right? Because I just want to make sure I'm not the only person. Yeah. You see this shit, and then he's talking about, oh no, I'm not. No, I'm not now. I'm not. Like, no. Like, that's crazy. I also appreciate the points you were making. Thank you, bro. Yesterday in Moonshot. Yeah, bro. I was trying, bro. I was trying because I'm trying to get people to understand, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, violence ain't the answer. Okay, I'm out of her chat now because I need to lock in. I gotta lock in. I gotta focus. Because I gotta get through a bunch of other videos. But yeah, let me open up my chat again so I can at least mod. I can at least mod. I can prove that maybe I was joking a bit. Pre-Palestine. See, this is crazy. You put in parentheses from Hamas. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. See, Moon born again, bro. I was trying to, man, Jesus Christ, bro. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God, this is so insane, man. So insane. It's insane. It's insane, brother. What is hard for you to understand how an Israeli would think about this? Because I'm an American that we suffered an act of violence against us and it didn't work out. We went to war for over 20 years in an area before going to war in that area before then, and it still didn't work. We made no progress. None. You can't bomb it out of people. You can't beat it out of people. Certain things are like core to people's being, man. You're right. Violence is an answer, and you did a good work clarifying what is meant by shields. I don't think most people know it's not as literal as you explained. Yeah. See, that's the reason why I wanted to talk. Like, and I just jumped immediately into the Discord because anyway, let me finish my point before I address him. Like, it's not that simple. Like, and when people use words that are charged like that, it's easy for somebody to just picture something in their mind. Like, they picture Black Ops 6 and you're holding a person in front of you and you're shooting over their shoulder. That's what they picture. But it's not that. It's not. And you have to ask yourself, how many innocent people will you accept? And then you have to go, if this was you, would you accept this behavior? And the answer is no. Yeah, and that's what I wanted to make sure. Like, I wanted to make sure that people understood what was going on. Okay, now I'm finna let me address this guy's point. Brother, you are going to war across oceans. The war is in our garden. We have also defeated them. The bombs have worked. It's over for them in a few months. No, they have. Jesus. Oh my God. It has not worked. It hasn't worked. All y'all did was add ops. Y'all are a really small country that is popping off with water on one side and nothing but enemies all around you. You can only pop off so hard before listen. if for some reason they wanted to really pop off, y'all would be cooked because y'all have too many ops. And guess what? The American public does not support boots on ground anywhere no more, for the most part, by and large. So it ain't gonna happen the way you think it is. Y'all might get support, but it's not gonna be the type of support you're gonna need. Not to make it happen the way it needs to happen. Like y'all are in dire straits. It's bad. It's bad. Respectfully, you are not military. You cannot comment on this. I can comment on whatever I want to. I'm an American. It's called free speech. It's called free speech. It's called, like, the stuff is publicly available information. I'm just commenting on what the public sentiment is in here in America. Like, you don't know? Do you not know? Yeah, this is crazy. Yeah, this is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. And let me get back to my chat. Yeah, this is crazy. This is crazy, bro. This is crazy. I'm telling you for a fact, history has shown that what you're doing does not work. Now, you can believe it will on one day it's gonna really pay off for us, and those people, they're gonna just stop it, and they're not gonna want to mess with us anymore. We're gonna be able to totally eliminate them out of that area and be done with it, and it'll be the gravesite of what was Palestine. Y'all can say that. Y'all can say that as much as you want to, but that's not what's gonna happen. It's absolutely not what's gonna happen. Okay, I can link one wiki page and you give a fair chance to read. Fam, you're gonna link me the same wiki page that this dude Vidoga linked me to. Okay, I've read it in my own time. I've read the whole back and forth history between y'all. Y'all are both fucked up. If you want me to be completely honest, y'all are both fucked. Y'all have both done really atrocious things to each other. Period. Y'all have back and forth. That's why there is no good person on either side. Was it about the 6-day war? Oh, you're talking about like the Nugba thing? The Nugba? Nah. It had everything in there. It had that. It had what happened before then, where the Muslims thought that, if they allied themselves with Hitler, that he would send troops down to get rid of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like they were desperate. Clearly, they were losing their effing mind. They thought they could deal with this guy and he'd somehow support. Like, no. So yeah, they were fucking delusional for that. But yeah, that part, they had the part where they were treating y'all badly, you know what I'm saying, in country. And then they had the other part where they were treating y'all what happened before, not when they were just treating y'all badly, but it had the other part where you guys got your country back. Then it had the part when you lost it again, and then when you had it before, and then when you lost it again. No, brother, I'm focusing on a specific battle to address your comment on water on one side and enemies on another. FYI, I'm talking with you, brother, not an argument, you know. Okay, I mean, you're trying to address my comments about the. Listen, it's a fact that there's a beach, there's an ocean on one side, and then when you're talking about the 6-day war, you're talking about the time when y'all rolled in with Britain behind you. Is that what you're talking about? Because I'm not opening the wiki. Like, just tell me if that's what you're talking about. Because if that's what it is, I've read that already. Like, I read it's in the same Wikipedia article. Like where y'all came in with like flamethrowers and all this other mess, and y'all like eradicated them and got them up out of there, and then they got their own little thing. It has nothing to do with Britain. It has nothing to do with Britain. Are you talking about the thing with Syria then? You're talking about the other thing with Syria? Because do you know, like, y'all been in conflict for like forever? Y'all been in conflict forever. Y'all are just like us, but like a small us. Y'all like a small United States. Y'all are just stayed in conflict. Like, y'all just stayed in conflict. War is not good. War is not good. It's the most famous war in our history. But you're not answering my question. Is it the war with Syria? Yes or no? Is it the one with Syria where y'all had to push back? What is it, Syria and Egypt? Is it that one? Like, which one? Because y'all keep going to war with the same people. Like, I'm not opening that thing. I want to move on, but I want you to admit, like, that's what you're talking about. Because you want to admit that's what you're talking about. Because yes, because if it was multiple countries and we won against them all alone. You didn't win alone. Y'all had like backing from Western countries giving y'all like advanced weaponry over them. Duh, you won. Duh. Y'all had resources and money. Yeah, y'all won. Duh. Like that's silly. That's silly. That's like sending a man back in time, you know what I'm saying, to go attack a castle, and he just has a gun, and a bunch of ammo. And it's him versus an army of people. Yeah, he's gonna win. One man versus 1,000 people, and all they have is swords and bows. Yeah, he's gonna win if he has a gun. He's gonna be dropping them like flies. They're not even gonna be able to get close to that man. An automatic weapon in the 1700s versus now, they're done. They're goners. That's what y'all were up against. Y'all were the only people with advanced weaponry. They ain't have tanks. They ain't have jets. They ain't have helicopters. They had no air support. Y'all had air support. Y'all were gonna dominate them no matter what. It's a no-brainer. If you go up against a force that does not have air support, you will win. If you have air support, you will win. Flat out. As long as your air support is not incompetent, you're gonna win. And that's my point. We still have we will win again. Your win is temporary. I don't think you understand. The win you're gonna have is temporary, but you letting your hatred blind you. You're letting your hatred blind you. Stop it. Stop it. You're letting your hatred blind you. Don't let your hatred blind you, bro. Don't let it blind you. Don't let it blind you. You're funny, brother. Hey, I'm just being honest, bro. I'm just being honest. Oh my God. I'm just being honest. Oh, all right. Maryland parents devastated after their 7-year-old son was allegedly hung in a school bathroom by a 4th grader. School district dismissed it as horseplay. That's not horseplay. You can't hang somebody and call it horseplay. That's not how horseplay works. Horseplay is I push you and, you know what I'm saying, like you accidentally, from me pushing you, like kind of like stagger back, you fall, you kind of roll, and then somehow you end up rolling down the stairs or some shit. Okay, that's part of horse playing. Like we were horse playing around in the hallway, and then I threw you, and I accidentally threw you when I threw you off of me down the stairs. I will see you, brother. I have work. I have to go to work tomorrow and get business completed. All right. Have a good one. Have a good one, bro. Anyway, yeah, so let's get into it.
After an incident at a local elementary school. The mother's post about this online has since gone viral. Meanwhile, the school district is saying the students were, quote, horse playing. Our Alexis Wainwright spoke with those parents exclusively and shares their story tonight. Alexis?
Well, Simone, I spoke with the parents who say they're angry, hurt, and confused, but they're also thankful that their son is still here. And tonight they're calling for transparency and answers from the Charles County Public School District.
If you look at my son, he has marks under his eyes. He's like blood vessels.
He still has bruises on his neck from being choked.
It's hard to hide emotion as these two parents who don't want to be identified talk about their son. They're hoping for answers after they say their son was hung by a 4th grade student in the boys' bathroom Friday.
He's traumatized.
So hold on. How is it horseplay? You're talking about a bigger 4th grader. A 7-year-old is like, now that I'm thinking about it, that kid is in the 1st grade or 2nd tops. Because what is it? 5, 6? Yeah, 5, 6 kindergarten. 7, you're in 1st grade. Or you're starting the 2nd grade. I mean, with the time it is in the school year, you could be starting the 2nd grade. Like, what the fuck? And you're talking about a whole like 9, 10-year-old hung a kid. Yeah, no.
It's going to take time. This is not something that he's going to get over just overnight.
Paperwork from the hospital lists one of his injuries as a neck contusion, which is caused by blunt trauma to the neck. The 7-year-old is a 2nd grader at C. Paul Barnhart Elementary School in Waldorf.
I'm too fucking good at this. I knew 1st or 2nd.
Charles County Public Schools says they're aware of the incident and sent a statement saying, in part, 2 of our students were reportedly horseplaying in a school bathroom when one student's jacket got caught on a stall door hook. The student was not able to free themselves, and the other student involved was also not able to help them.
It doesn't make sense to me. If you're horseplaying, how do you get caught on the hook? Like, we need answers. I want answers, and we won't stop until we get answers.
And
I need to understand, like, because then how did it get to a point if it got his jacket, right? If it caught his jacket and it's pushing up against him, right? It caught his jacket. Like, what is he wearing? Is he wearing a hoodie? Because if he's wearing a hoodie, like, okay, it's caught on the hoodie. Like, well, the other kids, they weren't tall enough to lift him off. I mean, you would have think that, no, they're fucking kids. They don't think to hold his fucking legs up, you know what I'm saying, to help him out there. Jesus Christ. I'm trying to think. Because if he has any other jacket on, you just unzip the jacket. You just unzip the jacket and the kid falls out. Whoop! Falls out. Battle over. I don't know. What the fuck?
Now the parents say they're sharing their side of the story in hopes of preventing this from happening to anyone else.
My son did tell me that when they were in the bathroom, he said that the little boy told him, I'm going to show you how I did people back in the day. That's why I feel like it's
holy.
there's no telling how many other kids.
I'm going to show you how I did them back in the day. Oh, yeah, that kid's white. The other kid's for sure white. And they showed an image of the kid. Hold on. Yeah, he's light skinned. Yeah, he's light skinned. He's brown. Man, they got this little dude in a neck brace in the 2nd grade. That's fucking insane.
My son did tell me that when they were in the bathroom, he said that the little boy told him, I'm going to show you how I did people back in the day. That's why I feel like it's really, because there's no telling how many other kids this has happened to.
And they want the school district to step up.
I want to see a policy in place. I would like to see at least hallway monitors. I want to know why is a 4th grader in the same hallway or the same bathroom as the 2nd grader. Most schools have them divided. I feel like this is very unacceptable.
These are all our children, and they are the future. So we just, like, we need to protect them. Like, we're sending our kids to school.
You can't brush over another kid being hung in a bathroom. I'm sorry. You just can't. You can't brush over that. You can't, oh, it's horseplay. Like, no, that's not how that works.
Every day thinking that they are safe.
And the 7-year-old has since been released from the hospital and is still recovering. His parents tell me they won't be returning back to school, but they hope to hear more updates from the district soon. Simone.
All right, Alexis, 7 years old. Hard to wrap your mind around this tonight. Thank you.
Because my thing is, I'm still trying to, like, picture how you get, like, let's say they were playing around, right? Let's say they were playing around to the extent where, you know what I'm saying, they're jumping over the stalls, right? You're jumping over the stalls or whatever. First of all, the stall is so high, no 7-year-old by themselves is jumping over it. The hanger where you would hang a jacket is so high. No 7-year-old is just getting up there on that end of it. Somebody had to put him up there. Something had to get him up there to where he would get hung up there. There's no regular way where that happens. None. There's not a regular way. They said, like, and I read the article before I got here. And I read just this, and it's like an excerpt from the article. It wasn't the full fucking thing, but he was foaming at the mouth when they got him. When they got the kid was foaming at the mouth. That is traumatic on numerous levels. There's no fucking way you're telling me that's horseplay. Because there's no way feasible. Even if you're talking about the kid ran and jumped off the toilet. How would you get hung on the hook? How do you get hung on the hook? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Anyway, fuck. There's no other way. He that's either that 4-year-old did it or the collective group that was in the bathroom did it. They hung him. Racism has started home. I'm not surprised that it ain't went away. I am surprised that it happened in Maryland, of all places. But at the same time, I'm not surprised. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to this is his thing. It's his thing now. Anyway. All right. Oh, okay. Body cam footage released of the Georgia mother who was arrested for allowing her son to walk half a mile to the store. As a kid that used to walk to the store all the time, that walked to Blockbuster and got a game for myself, that walked to the Freeze Cup lady. Well, the Freeze Cup lady was a lot closer, but I walked to school. I don't think that's insane that this kid was allowed to walk there. Like, I don't think that's crazy. Like, it's only crazy nowadays because nobody does it anymore. But there wasn't too long ago where you were allowed to do that.
Police body camera video shows the moment Brittany Patterson was arrested for letting her 10-year-old son walk into town by himself.
What am I under arrest for?
For reckless endangerment.
And how was I recklessly endangering my child?
On October 30th, Patterson said she took one of her children to the doctor. In the meantime, her son, Soren, who since turned 11, decided to walk less than a mile.
Okay. Context fucking matters. No. Yeah. She was fucking reckless. She was reckless. That's reckless endangerment. You left and went to the. It's not like you were at home waiting on the kid. No, you took another kid to the doctor and then he went into town. You left him at home alone at 10. And then he left the house and went to the. Like, no. Absolutely not.
Into town from their home in rural Mineral Bluff, Georgia. While out, Patterson got a call from the sheriff's department, worried that Soren was walking alone.
I wasn't concerned. I wasn't, panicking or concerned because it's just a short walk from our house. He knows how to get home. He knows how to get there.
Authorities dropped Soren off at home, and 5 hours later, they returned.
Call mommy and tell me.
The title is The Last Reasonable Person Left. And that is your take? What? Hold on. So you're telling me that it's okay for a mother to leave their child at home alone at 10 when they should, and then leave and take the other kid to the doctor, and then said child then walks to the store? Like, no. Anytime I left the house, my mom was at home. So then when I walked out there and came back, she was at home. Like, yeah, that's reasonable. That's reasonable. Leaving the area where you're not within a good vicinity to, if something happens with your child, she wasn't even within a mile of her house. She's at the doctor's office. She's too far from the house to then let the child go up to the store. It'd be different if she was at home. A mile is nothing. No, you're missing the context, fam. Listen, Jumbo. Listen, Jumbo. I bet his school is further than her mom. No, Jumbo, listen. The mother was not even at home. She was gone to the doctor's office. She was too far away. That's really the whole problem here. She was too far away. She was too far. No, it doesn't. It doesn't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference at all. If your mother's at home, then yeah, that's cool. But when you talk about this kid, the kid is like just pretty much just out there. Like now, granted, yeah, he could have walked there and then walked back and then got back to the house and everything be cool. But they might have laws already on the book about minors being outside. They might already have laws on the book. There's a lot of cities where minors can't go a bunch of places by themselves without a supervision being somewhere around. The laws aren't saying then. No, that's just normal. There's laws against like minors going to the mall by themselves because they either are getting in the fights or they're stealing or whatever. Like there are laws on the books for that. You know what I'm saying? Now again, like would I have arrested her? Would I have arrested her? No, but it is reckless. It is reckless, but I wouldn't arrest her though. Like, hold on. Stop. Bro, when you were a kid, did you ever leave your mom's house when your mom wasn't at home at 10? Let me think about that. Not to where I wasn't going to another guardian, or I never went that far. I never like because somebody was always at home. Every time I left, somebody was at home. Some guardian was at home. Whether it was like my grandma, my auntie, my granddad, like somebody was at home. It was always the rule was wait till so-and-so gets home and then you can go to the store. Like, so somebody was at the house. I mean, when no parents are at home, you go to your friend's house, right? If he was a mile away, then the problem, my school was more than a mile away. I mean, even when I went to my friend's house, my mom was already at home. My grandmother was already at home. My auntie was at home. There was always a guardian at the house. And then, yeah, I went and played. I either walked or I hopped on my bike and then I went there. Like, again, I'm saying I wouldn't go as far as to like, yeah, she needs to be arrested, blah, blah, blah. But like, yeah, like it was reckless. Like she needs to be talked to. You know what I'm saying? She needs to be, hold on, wait. Is this different? If my mom was at home, the chance of going to a friend goes down. I'll deal with her being angry later. You know what I mean? See, but you were breaking the rules anyway. You were breaking the rules in your own household, fam. Stop it. See, you're breaking the rules. I didn't break the rules. The rule was somebody needs to be at the house. So once some adult got home and I asked, hey, can I go to so-and-so? Yes. And then boom, I was out. And on top of everything else, I was never fully alone. Like I always had my sibling. I always had my brother. So it was me and my brother. Even though I was the oldest, it was always me and my brother. So we were us together. We were a unit. So I don't know what you're talking about.
They're taking you to jail because you decided to walk down the street.
That's not his fault.
Yeah,
you're the mother. That's your responsibility.
Anytime I checked, it wasn't illegal for a kid to walk to the store.
You're not a real gangster. I was never a gangster in the first place. I'm not gonna pretend like I was. Hold on, I want to hear what this officer says. Your responsibility.
Anytime I checked, it wasn't illegal for a kid to walk to the store.
It is when they're 10 years old.
Patterson was booked on suspicion of reckless conduct, a charge that could carry 1 year in jail. The warrant claiming she willingly and knowingly did endanger the bodily safety of her juvenile son.
Our criminal justice system is built on the fact that you did something or you were negligent. You did something criminally negligent. So what is it she did?
Authorities have offered to drop the charge if Patterson signs a safety plan that includes the use of a GPS tracker on her son's phone. But she refuses to sign it or admit doing anything wrong.
I just felt like I couldn't sign that, and that in doing so would be agreeing that there was something unsafe about my home or something unsafe about my parental decisions, and I just don't believe that.
Brittany Patterson is out on bail, awaiting to see if prosecutors will indict her on the reckless conduct charge.
So again, I am firmly she didn't do anything wrong. Never admit you did something wrong if you don't. Yeah. So I support her not signing that statement because I think the statement is bogus. I think the safety plan is bogus. I think the GPS tracker is bogus. However, I will say this. I will say this to be like to keep it 1,000. She could have done something else. She could have done something else as far as like how this kid went about it. Like he didn't have to go to the store when he went to the store. It didn't have to happen when it did. And he probably was walking around looking lost. That's another thing. Like my mom was always like big on look where you know where you're going. Do you know where you're going? You know what I'm saying? Like I always knew where the fuck I was going. Like if your kid's just walking around looking all lost, you know what I'm saying? Just outside, like it looks crazy. Do you even know that this was a law before you saw this video? Yes, I did. Yes, I did because they're on the books back home. Back home where I'm from in Arkansas, there's laws on the books against minors in certain public areas. There is without an adult. There are laws on the books. Now, granted, the laws that are on the book are probably not even that kid's fault. That kid is probably a good kid, probably responsible, probably gets there and will get back home. No problem. Probably will get there and get back home, no problem. But because other people couldn't mind their own business and they were like, oh my God, I can't believe this kid was outside. I'm gonna call the police on this mom. But here's the thing though, like it's nothing as an adult myself. If I seen a kid, I'm just gonna walk up to the kid. Hey, are you good? Are you okay? Do you know where you're going? Yeah, I'm just going to the store. Okay, cool. And I'm leaving the kid alone. But if you're gonna call the police, you know what I'm saying? You need to they probably over dramatized the situation. They should have made it like, hey, look, this kid, we don't know what's going on. Can you do a wellness check on the kid? And that's it. Yeah, it's crazy. This is absolutely crazy. She shouldn't be going to jail. She shouldn't be going to jail. I stand firmly in opposition to her being in jail. Firmly in opposition. She shouldn't be in jail. She shouldn't be in jail. That's just a fact. She shouldn't be. She shouldn't be. I can tell y'all that for a firm fact. She shouldn't be in jail. Now, if they want to give her a misdemeanor, that's fine. But giving her jail time, like that doesn't help the kid. She has 2 kids. That doesn't help the situation. And it's not like she did something insane. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like she didn't send the kid to a pawn shop or some shit. The kid was just going to a store. I don't know if he wanted candy or soda, whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? And she was trying to give him some level of autonomy and responsibility. Like, I wonder, like, at what age does the kid walking there by themselves become okay? You know, for them. Now, again, granted, in my situation, somebody had to be at the house. Always somebody had to be at the house. When I get back home, then you can go to the store. That was the thing. That was always the thing. But I don't think this is something where I think the officer should have just said, hey, look, ma'am, hey, be a bit more responsible with your kid. You know what I'm saying? At least let somebody know. I mean, have somebody at home, you know what I'm saying? Or within, whatever distance to make sure the kid's okay. So somebody can, because it's a crazy world out there. Like she shouldn't go to jail though. I'm gonna stand on that. I'm gonna stand on that. That hill I'm willing to die on. She should not go to jail. Okay, so I got another crazy one for you guys. So buckle the fuck up. Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. Buckle up. Buckle up tight. All right, because this is gonna get crazy. So listen, straight up. So yeah, this dude, he got stabbed by his ex-girlfriend.
was a little hard.
Elvis Munoz is sharing his story, revealing the wounds he says his ex-girlfriend Alexis Pinto left behind when she shot him. He says she tried to kill him.
I mean, to take care of somebody and love them so much for 3 years, and for them to pay you with bullets, try to take your life.
He says he didn't realize it at first, but he was in an abusive relationship. Munoz says his girlfriend was jealous, controlling and isolated him from his loved ones. It all came to a head on September 5th when she took him to a wooded area near 288 and Airport Boulevard, supposedly to watch the sunset. Instead, she allegedly opened fire.
That's when I felt my left hand get hit. Like I just felt my hand get hot. And I was running, holding my chest and stomach.
He says she aimed.
Okay. What the fuck? Bro, I feel bad for him because why is it? It's always the little baddies that be looking crazy. But peep game though. Like, look at this mugshot, bruh. She's over there crying like a motherfucker. Dude, you would have been crying regardless. Like, you're done. That's attempted murder, baby. You're doing at least 10. You're doing at least 10. And it's premeditated. Attempted premeditated murder, baby. That's 10. The firing of assault with a firearm, that's also like another like 7, 5 or 7. Like, you're cooked. Alexis Celeste Pinto, you're cooked, baby. You're cooked. You're cooked. Get used to them ham and cheese sandwiches. Get used to that. Get used to them ham and cheese sandwiches.
The gun directly at his face. Fortunately, he moved just in time and the bullet grazed him.
I just threw my hand like this and I moved my head.
Yeah, the ham and cheese sandwiches, bro.
After emptying her gun, Elvis Munoz says he convinced Alexis Pinto to get help. She called her father and drove him to a gas station where help finally arrived. Multiple surgeries later, Elvis, once a mechanic, is now disabled with limited movement in his hands.
I took several shots. I fought for my life for hours.
But just yesterday, the same day he was getting a bullet removed from his back, Alexis's bond was reduced from $75,000 to $10,000. He's now scared, not just for himself, but for the family that is caring for him. Now Alexis Pinto is out on bond, and Elvis Munoz says he's living in fear.
She might want to come back and do something.
That's what feminism does. I mean, you know what, bro? I can't even disagree with you, bro. I can't even disagree with you, bro. That's what like. It's not the ham and cheese. Yeah, ham and cheese sandwiches for sure, bro. That's what feminism. Yeah, that's yeah. Like, why does she feel so empowered and emboldened to like, yo, I'm so jealous. Like, it's not even, the story's not even, yo, I found him cheating or whatever. Like, yo, I don't like him talking to anybody else but me, and me being the center of his world. When I'm not the center of his world, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna kill him. Like, what? Women rather kill you nowadays than make you a sandwich. Hey, maybe not. You know, some women clearly rather kill you than make you a sandwich. They clearly rather kill you than see you with anybody else. You know, they can't have you. Nobody will. I'm not even mad at him. Dude is permanently disabled though. Do you know how many shots to your hand you got to take to be permanently disabled in your hand? I'll answer it, just one. But he took multiple. And like all of this, these are bones and like tendons and metacarpals and ligaments and all that. Like, there's only so much they can do to rebuild this. Like, he can't even play video games. Like, bro is fucked. Like, imagine you can't even play video games, bro. He took so many shots to the hand, he can't even play video games. Because he can't even be a mechanic, so that means he can't like hold a tool correctly. Like, he doesn't have the grip strength because his palm is like so intensely damaged. All the muscles are messed up. Like, that's insane. That's insane. And they want to keep Hold on. Where's a little ugly mugshot, crying face ass, man? Little crazy ass, man. Hey, 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 hey. Make sure she stays like reducing her bond. Like the judge, they're so nice to women, bro. Because if this was a man that did that to a woman, he'd have no bond and a restraining order. No bond and a restraining order. But if it's a woman, you get reduced bond. Oh, you're not that much of a threat. Like, no, some of these women are psychotic. And this is one of them. This is one of them. If you see this woman anywhere, run for your life. Run for the hills. Get away. Get away as fast as you can. Get away as fast as you can. Run. Run away. Get away right now. Get away. All right. But anyway, I got another one of these for y'all, and then I got like 2 YouTube videos to watch. I think I got 3 YouTube videos to watch, because either way, I timed out the stream, and it looked like when I was doing it, like this is gonna be like 4 hours. This whole stream is gonna be about 4 hours. So like, just lock in with me. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot to react to, a lot to talk about. You know, if you missed the beginning, you'll get the beginning when the VOD comes up. I'm probably, after I download this, I'm gonna be honest. No, I'll keep the VOD up just because I'm trying to build my audience here. I'm trying to build my audience, so I'll let y'all get the VOD so y'all can see the beginning, because the beginning is actually kind of funny.
Now to the fact that one of your now former members, former Congressman Matt Gaetz of Florida, has been nominated for U.S. Attorney General. Gaetz, as you know, had been facing a House Ethics Committee investigation over numerous allegations, including one that he had sex with a 17-year-old. We should note that Gaetz denies that allegation. On Wednesday, you said this about the House Ethics Committee's investigation.
The Speaker of the House is not involved in that, can't be involved in that. So I'm not really the person probably to answer that question.
But on Friday, you did want something to do with it. You said the House Ethics Committee report should not be released. In between those two comments, you did speak with President-elect Trump. Did he encourage you to change your position and to squash the House Ethics Committee report from being released?
No, he did not. The president and I have literally not discussed one word about the ethics report, not once. And I've been with him quite a bit this week.
That's bullshit. I'm calling capital bullshit. That's bullshit. That's bullshit, and you know it. That's bullshit. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. You can lie to somebody else, bro. Lie to a dummy, bro. I've been watching y'all for a long time, bro. Y'all just be lying. Y'all be so ready to just lie, bro. Y'all be so ready to lie.
Between Washington and Mar-a-Lago, and last night in Madison Square Garden. But this is what I'll tell you about that. What I said is entirely consistent. The Speaker of the House is not involved in ethics committee work. Can't be, shouldn't be, because the Speaker can't put a thumb on the scale or have anything to do with that. So I have no idea what the contents of this report would be. I didn't even know about it, Jake, until the middle of this week when it was announced in the press. What I have said with regard to the report is that it should not come out. And why? Because Matt Gaetz resigned from Congress. He is no longer a member. There's a very important protocol and tradition and rule that we maintain that the House Ethics Committee's jurisdiction does not extend to non-members of Congress. I think that would be a Pandora's box. I don't think we want the House Ethics Committee using all of its vast resources and powers to go after private citizens.
Okay, so here's where I disagree with him. He was a sitting member of Congress, and he resigned 2 days before the report. What you're now establishing is that people can leave Congress to dodge accountability. I think that's bullshit. You should not, if you fuck up while you're in Congress, people should be able to hold you accountable, whether you're still there or not. You don't get to drop out 2 days before the report's supposed to come out and go, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? And then become, Attorney General, where you can completely just squash this completely. Like, this is insane. This is nuts.
And that's what Matt Gaetz is now. He is no longer a member of Congress. So I think that's a really important guardrail for the institution. And that's what I was speaking to in those sound bites.
The House Ethics Committee in the past has released reports of individuals who resigned from Congress. Congressman Bonner, Congressman Lukens. The House Ethics Committee, after the resignation of Mark Foley, even began an investigation and then released a report. So it's not unprecedented. And there are a number of Senate Republicans. I mean, this report's already done. It's not a question of continuing it. It's finished. There are a number of Senate Republicans who want to see it. They say it's important to their advice and consent role. Take a listen.
I think there should not be any limitation on the Senate Judiciary Committee's investigation, including whatever the House Ethics Committee has generated.
And we should have access to it one way or another based on the way that we do all of these nominations.
Don't the American people, and more importantly, don't the people who are going to be voting on Matt Gaetz' confirmation to be the top law enforcement officer of the United States, don't they have a right to see that report that has been paid for by taxpayer dollars?
So look, this is how I could tell he's getting ready to lie, because you can see how his mouth is moving while he's talking. He's uncomfortable. He's uncomfortable. Like he's so uncomfortable, bro. He's so uncomfortable. Like, you can compare it with any video of him like actually talking in Congress. Like he looks more like stoic, and he kind of like knows what he's saying, and he's trying to be like really sure of himself, and he's not like lying actively. He doesn't do that little nervous twitch with his mouth. Everybody has a nervous twitch when they're lying. Everybody has a twitch. Everybody has a thing. You just have to be paying attention enough to notice it. Like, I'm very meticulous with people. Like, I really lock in. You know what I'm saying? The number of times you blink, like all of that. Even if you do something with your nose, like all of that, bro. All of it. All of it. I peep game. I peep game.
Two important points here, Jake. Number one, my understanding is that the report is not finished. It's in a rough draft form, was not yet ready to be released. And since Matt Gaetz left the Congress, I don't think it's appropriate to do so. There have been, I understand, I think 2 exceptions to the rule over the whole history of Congress and the history of the Ethics Committee. But I wasn't the speaker at that time. I'm the speaker now. The speaker does not have the authority to stop the release of a report by the Ethics Committee. But I've just simply said what I believe is an obvious point, that we don't want to go down that road. I don't think you want the House Ethics Committee investigating Jake Tapper or any other private citizen. You're not a member of the institution. There's a reason that
they're not investigating his conduct while he was a private citizen. They're investigating his conduct as he was in the House. That would mean if somebody wanted to investigate somebody for treason, a sitting member of Congress, that all they have to do is just magically just resign. If they resign, oh, we have to stop the investigation into you being treasonous because, oh my God, you're not in Congress anymore. No, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't. You were in there, so they have a right to investigate you.
Limited in its scope and jurisdiction. The Senate has a role, the advice and consents role under the Constitution, and they'll perform it. They'll have a rigorous review and vetting process in the Senate, but they don't need to rely upon a report or a draft report, a rough draft report that was prepared by the Ethics Committee for its very limited purposes.
So beyond the question of whether or not Congressman Gaetz broke the law, and certainly there's a presumption of innocence for anyone, a lot of House Republicans, your colleagues, the people you lead, have real issues with Matt Gaetz as somebody to lead the U.S. Justice Department. I'm sure you've heard them, because I've heard them. I want you to take a listen to now Senator, former House member, Mark Mullen.
Oh my God, dude, this is how you know he knows what everything dude's saying is true. Hold on, I'm gonna rewind back. Watch this dude's face, bro. Watch his fucking
by the Ethics
face.
Committee for its very limited purposes.
Watch his face.
Beyond the question of whether or not Congressman Gaetz broke the law, and certainly there's a presumption of innocence for anyone, a lot of House Republicans, your colleagues, the people you lead, have real issues with Matt Gaetz as somebody to lead the U.S. Justice Department. I'm sure you've heard them, because I've heard them. I want you to take a listen to now Senator, former House member.
Look, that moment back here where he bites his lip, bro knows this is true. He knows it's factual, but he's still locking in. He's still locking into this.
Mark Wayne Mullen of Oklahoma, talking to our Manu Raju months ago about Matt Gaetz.
He was accused of sleeping with an underage girl. And there's a reason why no one in the conference came and defended him, because we had all seen the videos he was showing on the House floor that all of us had walked away of the girls that he had slept with. He'd brag about how he would crush ED medicine and chase it with an energy drink so he could go all night.
Yo, how are y'all just sitting on this stuff? This dude is a fiend. He's on crushed ED medicine. You crushed up the Viagra and then chased it with a Viagra. Yo, dude's a fiend. Oh, dude is a fucking fiend. He's a dope fiend. He's a dope fiend. Okay, I check my I need to check my heart rate real quick. I had to make sure I was good. Anyway.
So just to take
the conference came and defended him, because we had all seen the videos he was showing on the House floor that all of us had walked away of the girls that he had slept with. He'd brag about how he would crush ED medicine and chase it with an energy drink so he could go all night.
That's
just to take a step back, because you and I have known.
He was the Diddy of Congress. Matt Gaetz is the Diddy of Congress, bro. He's the Diddy of Congress, bro. On me. He's the Diddy of Congress, bro.
Each other for a long time. You're a man of faith. You're a man of God. You're a man of family. With some of these nominees, Gaetz, Hegseth, RFK Jr., I wonder, does it matter anymore for Republicans to think of leaders as people who are moral in their personal lives? Is that still important to the Republican Party?
Sure, it's an important issue for anyone in leadership. This is what I'll say about the nominees that the president has put forward, is that they are persons who will shake up the status quo. And I think what the American people have believed and what they've delivered with the mandate in this election is the man that we...
Look, I need them to stop calling it a mandate, because it's not a mandate. It's not a mandate. It's not a mandate. They're purposely framing it that way, but it's not a mandate. And I blame the media also, because it's still not a mandate. All the votes have not been permanently they have not been fully tabulated yet. His lead on Kamala continues to shrink over and over again. Hold on. I'm going to right now tell y'all what it is. What it is. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, that's still the old. That's still the old results. Yeah, that's still the old results. That's not the whole thing, because if we go to, yeah, that's not all the votes yet. It's still not all the votes, but because we're looking at is this all the way? Let's see. Let's go overview. Let's okay, there's that. Let's see. Actual. I want to see the popular vote. How do I see the popular vote on this website? So this website seemed pretty good. Seemed pretty fair. Consensus. I want to see the total number of votes. Okay. Okay, I just want to see the total number of votes. Okay, so right now it is 73.8 million to 76.4 million votes. And I was watching a video, so and this is updated as of when was this updated? I don't know when this was updated, but either way it goes, the gap was like 6 million and now it's like 3. Now it's like 3. That's all that matters. The gap was bigger, but now the gap is smaller. It's shrunk. And I think that needs to be like it's not you got a mandate when Bush won, and I'm talking about the second time, that's a mandate. That man's curb stomped John Kerry. That's a mandate. When Obama won both times, and especially the first time, that's a mandate. He curb stomped John McCain, and he curb stomped what's his name? I can't remember his name, but he's Republican from Utah. He's a Mormon. I can't remember his name. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Yeah, I can't remember his name right now. But anyway, he curb stomped him. When Trump won against Hillary, he didn't get a mandate because she won the popular vote. And even when Bush won, Bush didn't win the popular vote. And they weren't given a mandate. They just won because of the Electoral College. It's not a mandate. It's only a mandate if we did this based off popular vote. What they are stating is they want to get rid of the Electoral College. If you want to call it a mandate, get rid of the Electoral College. Then we can call all these elections mandates. And I'm all for it. Fuck it. Let's do it. I think it would make campaigning a lot fairer because then you go to every state. You go everywhere. You go everywhere. It wouldn't be down to like these couple of states where it's kind of like, if you want, like kind of in between, you know what I'm saying? So they're campaigning there really hard. Like, nah. And then it keeps people from blaming like one or two states for like, oh my God, you fucked us all. Like, no. Let's go to just popular vote. Get rid of the Electoral College. And if the majority of Americans, no matter where you live, want something, we get it. And that's it. Over 50%. He don't even have over 50%. It's like 50% flat. It's 50% flat. A little over 1% of the vote is like went to like independent, like Green Party, whatever party, Libertarian, whatever party, what the fuck is his name? JFK was, and then another one. It's just crazy.
Make up the status quo. It's not working for the American people. So use the term in the opening about how these are disruptors. They are. I think that's by design. Any president has the.
They're not just disruptors. They're not qualified for their jobs. Like, let's just keep it a bean. They're not qualified. They don't know. They're not going to know what they're doing. It's going to be a clusterfuck. It's going to be an absolute clusterfuck. We're starting a new agency to cut people from government, but they're going to run into all sorts of legal challenges there because some of those people they're unionized, and that's union is protected by law. And to get the law off the book, guess what you got to do? You got to go through Congress, but you don't even got that big of a majority, so people would have to agree to cut those people's jobs, to change their status. That's a law. It's a law. You can't just do it just because you want to do it. It's a law. It's a law. They're going to sue you, and then they're going to win, and you're going to have to go through the House of Representatives and the Senate to get a law passed that will do that, and the Dems aren't even going to work with you. And you're going to F over the very people, a lot of people that voted for you. That's insane. Because you don't want them to work from home? You're saving money. They're saving money. Like, what's the big deal?
right to name their own cabinet, to nominate persons that they think will fulfill their agenda. And the people that are on this list will do that. They will go into the agencies that they're being asked to lead, and they will reform them. These agencies need reform. And I think the vast majority of the American people understand that. You can't have status quo appointments in a moment like this. I'm really excited.
No, absolutely fucking not. This is not reform. This is absolute chaos. This is literally kicking the house of cards down and burning it at the same time. Like, you're getting rid of everything. You're going full scorched earth. That's not what we want. We don't need that. Because you have Vivid Swamy talk about, oh, I'll get rid of half of employees based on their social. Like, huh? Based off their social? Are you insane? Like, even that as an example is insane. Like, even if you go, oh, well, your employee number or whatever number you want to use, that's insane, bro. Absolutely absurd.
Ahead. I think the America First policies will deliver for the American people. I think we're going to have a warm embrace of all the new folks who came into the Republican Party in this election cycle, the demographic shifts that we saw that were historic, because we have a chance now to just
there weren't demographic shifts like that. Like, most of these people are stupid. And they're just like, oh, well, things felt a certain way. And they didn't understand why we were going through what we were going through now, and how things have, like, but here's the thing, going into this, right? Going into this, gas is lower now than it was at the end of Trump's presidency. I'm gonna look it up. Hold on. I'm gonna look it up just to make sure. Gas prices, December 2020. December 2020. Okay. December 2020. What is this? What the heck is that? The national average, oh, it's actually not. Okay. It's actually not, because it said it's 225. It says it's 225. It's a bit higher. It's a bit higher now. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't even use that as an example. That was stupid. That was dumb of me. I shouldn't have even said that, because it's 225 back then. That means the national average now, I think it's like around like $3. I mean, I could just look that up, but it's stupid. That was dumb of me. 24 gas prices. Let's see. The national average is right now it's $3. The diesel price is $3.58. Regular gasoline is $3.13. But I mean $3.13, but when you account for inflation, like, it's 50 cents more. Yes, it's 50 cents. I mean, that's actually not that bad. 50 cents. It's just 50 cents. And when you deal with inflation and you deal with the destabilization because of the war in Ukraine and all that, because we're not using Russian oil, and Russian oil is like pretty much like not in the ecosystem, like a 50%. I mean, 50 cents. It's not that bad, actually. Okay. I was right-ish. Okay. I digress. I get off my own ass. But yeah. Oh, needless to say, I'm gonna let him finish, because this is just driving me insane.
Excited about the days ahead. I think the America First policies will deliver for the American people. I think we're going to have a warm embrace of all the new folks who came into the Republican Party in this election cycle, the demographic shifts that we saw that were historic, because we have a chance now to just demonstrate for them that our policies, our conservative constitutional policies, common sense policies, are best for them as individuals and families and communities and states and the nation as a whole. So exciting days ahead. It is a new day in America. These individuals will help deliver that. And I think the Senate needs to do its job and get them appointed so that the president President Donald J. Trump and J.D. Vance can begin that administration and run with it on day one.
All right, Speaker Johnson, good to see you, sir. Thanks for being with us.
No.
Thanks a lot, Jake. Good to see you.
Bro, that was such a dick sucking session. That was such a dick sucking session, bro. That drives me insane. That was such a dick suck. That was such a dick. Why are none of my comments posting? Okay, it just wouldn't load. It was just tripping. All right, cool. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why people are trying to drink Okay. All right. I did enough goofing around on my phone. All right. I got a couple. Got a couple more videos. Let's see. All right. All right. Let's get these going. All right. Video number.
I'm definitely about like
video numero uno. Video numero uno. Numero uno. All right. I gotta react to this video, and then I got one more, and then I'm good. I'm done. I'm done. Oh, I actually did it in record time. That's actually good. Even with predicting that I'll have to debate some people about some stuff, it still went pretty well. I'm actually happy with that.
us turning into Nazi Germany.
This shit is about survival for a lot of people.
He doesn't stand for women. He doesn't stand for people of color. So honestly, I think Trump being president, it just means like the end of all of us having rights.
It's black people, white people, immigrants, that's all poor. That shit about everybody but who was poor.
When was America ever great? MAGA folks want to turn the clock back on certain things that aren't progressive that I'm not in support of. So I feel like I have no words right now, to be honest. What do you think, sir?
I'm not the biggest Kamala Harris fan. I'm not a fan of her stances on Palestine and her history as a prosecutor. But I feel like even among black people, nobody was really that crazy about Kamala Harris. I know that a lot of my friends didn't vote because of that. They didn't vote because of the situation in Palestine. But we can't afford it.
So okay. I let him cook. Your friends are part of the fucking problem. Y'all didn't vote because of Palestine. And now you're screwed yourself because you didn't vote. You screwed yourself. You fucked yourself. Because you did all this complaining about Kamala. All I hear is Kamala, blah, 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 blah. What about Trump? What about your alternative? Do you like any of his policies? If the answer is no, then you have to vote in opposition of him. But you didn't do that. Because y'all are morons. Y'all are morons. The disinformation campaign, because that's why I watched the Pete Buttigieg stuff earlier. City, McFly. No. What are you talking about? Who the fuck is that? With the jigsaw puzzle, talking about some no. Like, it's your fault. It's your own fault. Y'all did it to yourselves.
Presidency. So I'm nervous for what the future has to hold, but
it doesn't mean that things can't get better. I think that people are moving in one direction despite the fact the government maybe we're moving in another direction. Yeah. And I always have faith in the people because
There's still laws intact. Like, this is still democracy. Yeah, no, the world is not going to go to an end.
No, it ain't gonna be the end of the world. It's gonna be the stop of the progression of some, and it's gonna be the spark of the progression of others that are already ahead. All right,
So with that being said, what do you think about Abraham Lincoln? Man, he's dead. I don't think about dude. I don't give a fuck about him. He's dead, bro. Ask me about somebody alive. He dead. Like, what do you mean? What do I think about Abraham Lincoln? Abraham Lincoln is dead. He been dead for like years. Years and years and years. He couldn't even imagine a fucking phone, let alone a cell phone. Like, let's be real. Like, Abraham Lincoln's been gone. How? What do you mean, how? How? He died in 1864, 62, 3? Like, somewhere back then, he died. He's gone. I just saw Abraham last night. Don't do drugs, kid. Don't do drugs. I'm talking about my friend Abraham. You literally said Abraham Lincoln. I don't know your friend, so I don't have no opinion about him. I have no opinion about him. And then you ask me about Abraham Lincoln. I'm not even finna get distracted with that. Anyway, but that being said, Jesus Christ. With that being said, I think a lot of these people, because I feel like in some ways,
and it's gonna be this.
I feel like he's being a little like slightly a bit dramatic because at the end of the day, it's gonna whatchamacallit, it's gonna hurt, it's gonna hurt people that are it's gonna hurt people that are poor. Like anybody making less than, if you're making less than 100K, like this world is not getting better for you. It's gonna get worse. You voted against your own interests, and that's the vast majority of Americans. But it's okay. You make 5K a year. I'm not entertaining that. You're trolling. You're trolling. The name of this video is Kamala Harris election loss. All right, so you understand what we're talking about. Anyway.
Of the progression of others that are already ahead. All right, we are at Howard University. It's a pretty prestigious HBCU here in Washington, D.C.
So historically black college, right, just means historically black. It doesn't mean only black. Actually, historically black colleges are the only universities within the history of the U.S. that don't have a history of discriminating based on color, creed, culture. And it's really cool because it was founded by Union General Oliver Otis Howard, 1867. It was the daughters of those
1867. 1867. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. HBCUs not discriminating. I think that's great. I think that's absolutely great. I think that's absolutely great. This is what we're talking about here.
Soldiers who were white women who were the first students.
Yeah, and Kamala Harris was supposed to deliver what appeared to be like an address to the nation or a victory speech at the amphitheater right here, but
You won't hear from the vice president tonight.
seems like everybody's walking away at the same time. She currently has, I think, 210 electoral votes and Trump has 240, something like that. So spirits are pretty low.
Why is everyone spiraling over YouTube banning ad blockers? Like, chill guys, just use Pi. It's a free Chrome extension that's actually made by one of the founders of Honey, and it basically blocks ads for you. Like, imagine watching YouTube and Twitch completely uninterrupted. And it actually gets cooler because if you do end up seeing ads, Pi legit pays you to see it. I didn't even know these were ads in the first place, but I made money off of them, which is great. It even has a visual mode that lets you watch your ads disappear. Like, why do I feel like
I think that's cap. I think this app is cap.
like a fast one on Google? It takes like 5 seconds to install. So honestly, just give it a try because who knows? This could be the last ad that you see.
You do not make 5K a year. I'm just gonna reemphasize that with you. You don't. What the?
When I think of a handshake, it's one of the most powerful things that happen in a relationship. We've been doing that for 70 years.
What? What kind of commercial is that? What does that do? What is that? What did that even tell me?
Hopes are definitely dwindling. So we're going to talk to a few people and see how they feel and why they left the speech.
It's not looking too hot right now. It's not over, but it's just, I don't feel like I want to go to school tomorrow. And we're both PhD students. So I wanted to work at the Department of Education. Big Republican push is to get rid of that.
And I'm going to close the Department of Education and move education back to the states.
For the uninformed viewer, like what's their motif behind, taking away the elements of the Department of Education? I think they think it.
Huh? All right, dude. I gotta go to the ATM. Take care. All right, bro. Okay. But yeah, the move to get rid of the Department of Education, I think it's crazy. I think it's just straight up crazy to get rid of the Department of Education. I think that's insane. That doesn't help anybody out. And they're talking about, the Department of Education, you know what I'm saying? There's so much money, blah, blah, blah. The bulk of it is just student loans, fam. It's just student loans.
Like a waste of money and resources. What do you study, man?
I study U.S. history.
What's your favorite chapter of U.S. history?
I guess what most people consider like the Gilded Age and Progressive Era. So that's like between 1877 and maybe 1919, if I guess I had to periodize it.
So Reconstruction.
Well, Reconstruction is before that. That's 1865 to 77, and then the Gilded Age and Progressive Era is right after that.
There was the era of terror inflicted after Reconstruction, wasn't there?
Yeah, so that's why I said it's known by most people as the Gilded Age and Progressive Era, but honestly, I study African American history. That's my specialty, and that's considered the nadir of American race relations, and that's like the darkest period of race relations in American history.
Yeah, because the South Carolina State Senate was half black in 1880.
Yeah,
people don't
during Reconstruction. Yeah.
And so what do you think is the most important element of U.S. history to teach young people, black or white? I think it's that U.S. history is not centered around a bunch of great men like the presidents. You know, there's a lot more grassroots history, the history of the people. And, you know, it's not just, you know, say like learning about like white people. It's, you know, everybody, Native Americans, African Americans, Asian Americans, Hispanic Americans, like all those stories matter. Like you got to understand all of it. And you really won't know the history of the country if you're not familiar with any of that.
I think that the slogan "Make America Great Again."
No, I think that's facts. What he's saying, like, people really need to invest more time into like getting to know your history, like actually knowing what the fuck actually happened in this country, and not what just somebody told you. Like, actually read it, get the source material, read it for yourself. Know this is what happened. Know for a fact this is how things were going. This is how people were getting down. Like people was moving. I think a lot of people are doing themselves a disservice by not fully like investing and getting involved in the politics and getting involved in like the know-how of how these different things came about and how we know these things. They just don't know. They don't know. They don't even know what they don't know. And people really just I don't get it. Like why would you not want to know for yourself? That's like people that like aggressively misquote the Bible. Like y'all piss me off. Like I consider myself a Christian, so I've read it myself multiple times. Like ain't nobody got to tell me, oh, this is what happened in the Bible. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or they can tell me something and I go, yeah, that lines up with what I read. You know, that structurally sound with what I read. But people are like making a job out of misquoting the Bible and, you know what I'm saying, perverting these verses to like basically preach prosperity when the bulk of the Bible is get right and do the right thing. That's the bulk of the Bible. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't say like, oh, you're going to be handsomely blessed for this, because like folks was living regular lives, but they were doing the right thing. You're the only thing God is obligated to do for you is to let you go to heaven if you did the right thing. Everything else is not obligated. He has no obligation to you whatsoever. None. And we got to remember that.
Calls into question as it relates to people of African descent throughout the diaspora. When was America ever great? Determine what was the time frame that you would recollect that there was actually equal opportunity that was provided to all. And so I think if you're looking at the Reconstruction period, which was then followed by the Black Codes, whatever gains that occurred during the Reconstruction will eventually reverse.
You feel like America was great during Reconstruction?
I think that if you move a knife from 7 inches out of my back to 5 inches out of my back, and then consider that to be progress, I don't think that's actually progress. Progress is actually trying to heal the wound.
The reason that I continually bring up the Reconstruction period is because that was the last.
Yeah, so the Reconstruction era, it sucked for people, for Black people. Like the only thing that was keeping people off of being racist is the fact that the military was down there telling people, if you're racist, we're arresting you. If you try and beat this person up just because of race, they're an American, we're going to arrest you. That's what it had to be. Like there had to be somebody walking to town with a gun to your face.
The U.S. actually attempted to implement a federal reparations program, not like the Uhuru-style interpersonal $5 donation model.
Can I have $5?
Are you serious?
Yes.
But administered by a governmental organization called the Freedmen's Bureau, which no longer exists. Reconstruction basically began the same day the Confederate Army lost the Civil War to the Union, giving the federal government control over the southern states, where approximately 4 million slaves had just been freed. The Freedmen's Bureau was tasked with helping them integrate into society as free men, which obviously would be quite difficult given the fact that none of them had any land or any possessions. So they began by giving the men voting rights and enacting their famous 40 acres and a mule allotment to newly emancipated slaves. By 1870, 1875 in states like South Carolina, there was actually a higher proportion of black lawmakers holding office than there is today. And for a moment, it looked as if things were heading in a positive direction. But then a small group of former Confederate soldiers who had formed a social club in Tennessee had an idea. That idea was to target, terrorize, harass, lynch, and assassinate black politicians and anyone, black or white, who even considered voting for them. This group was called the KKK, whose plan was made possible during the 1876 primaries, during which, for whatever reason, the Freedmen's Bureau decided to withdraw troops from polling stations in the South, where they'd previously been protecting black voters from racial violence. The day the Bureau pulled the troops, the Klan put their plan into motion, and everyone knows what they did. I don't find it necessary to bring up individual instances of grotesque violence for a dramatic effect or anything like that, but it's important to note that the original purpose of the Klan was to terrify black voters into staying home during Election Day and to run black politicians out of town with threats of violence. And it worked. By the elections of 1878, there was almost no black voters in Georgia, despite them composing a third of the state's population. And it's been undoubtedly proven by now.
This graph is insane, bro. This is insane. This is insane. Look, black people were voting. They're voting. They're voting. They're voting. They're voting. Nothing. Nothing. Literally dropped off the face of the earth. No voters. No vote. Barely any voters whatsoever. Like nothing. It didn't start. Black people didn't start back voting till 1944. Didn't in large numbers till 1944. So you have from when it basically hit rock bottom. It basically dropped off the face of the earth. We're gonna call this 1898, because this is 18 hold on. This thing is in the way. This it's gonna stay in the way because the video's fucking paused. But anyway, you can't see it, but this is 1990 right here. And I mean, well, 1900s. Sorry, I keep saying the wrong thing. 1900s. And then this is, so 1898. So from 1898 to 1944, they weren't voting. Like this number is so low, they weren't voting. They weren't voting. You didn't, it's whatever they wanted. It's whatever white people wanted, because you weren't voting at all. You weren't voting. It wasn't until here to where, like, okay, we'll get back to voting. Get back to voting. Which is absurd. Which is absurd. Anywho.
There's almost no black voters in Georgia, despite them composing a third of the state's
And
population.
that's in Georgia.
And it's been undoubtedly proven by now that the then Democrat parties in states like Mississippi and Louisiana actually hired the Klan to terrorize black voters. And so by 1880, Reconstruction was over. The Freedmen's Bureau had closed. And every state in the South was under neo-Confederate leadership, who swiftly passed something called the Black Codes, which limited Black Americans' ability to own property, conduct business, own firearms, and travel freely. It also enforced strict sundown laws related to vagrancy, which set the foundation for chain gangs, forced labor camps, and the prison industrial complex. While the federal government was initially horrified at the unraveling of Reconstruction in the southern states, they would ultimately side with them in 1902 during Plessy versus Ferguson, defending segregation under the dubious separate but equal premise. The following 60-plus years are referred to as the Jim Crow era, which officially ended in 1964 when the Civil Rights Act was passed.
Which is insane.
Is a challenge to all of us to eliminate.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Everyone knows somebody so look, if you know someone that is at least 70 years old, they know a time in America where segregation was illegal. At least 70 years old. That means Biden and Trump know a world where segregation was legal. They know a world. They were old enough for it. They were old enough for it. They were. Both of them. Most members of Congress were old enough. They know it. Most of Congress is old as dirt. They know that era all too well. The only way we're going to get real progress is they have to go. All of the old people, they have to go.
Vestiges of injustice in our beloved country.
For some perspective, that means that the average current 22-year-old Black American's grandmother or grandfather was in 8th grade when Jim Crow formally ended in 1964. So the legacy of Jim Crow and the unkept promise of Reconstruction is still something that's very much alive.
And the destruction of different levels of what we consider successful Black towns and cities, is they use the highway bill to be able to cut through and destroy those particular communities.
You believe in modern reparations?
I definitely believe in reparations. I think that it's something that's owed, just as there's been reparations paid to other groups, whether it be the Japanese who were interned during World War II, whether it be levels of monies that were provided to people who are Jewish during the Holocaust. I think there's always a need to provide some level of reparation when harm has been done. The question would be, what might be the right way and process to do that?
Well, I mean, if it was to be distributed on an individual level, that calls into question also financial literacy among the recipients. Because
I think that it was done systemically.
Yeah.
And so you need a systemic policy to address systemic racism and discrimination.
Yes. Would that look like more educational investment?
I think education investment would definitely be a key component of it. But I think that we're at this particular juncture, there's additional levels of discussions that is still being ongoing about the fact that it's needed. And to me, unequivocally, it is not only needed, but it is owed.
Yeah.
And subsequently, we just have to get.
So look. Here's my take. Here's my 2 cents on reparations. Right. Here's my thing. Reparations. All right. Yes. That is a hard yes. Now, how? Okay, everybody's like, oh, hand me cash, cash payments. No. Value. Give me something of value and let me do something with it. Give people some land. I'm not saying it has to be 40 acres. I'm just saying you have to be able to give people some land as part of this. Land, okay, educational benefits, and then business initiatives. That's it. Those 3 things. That's it. Business initiatives, education, land. Give me something of value. That's it. And maybe fourth, a one-time payment. But I need something of value. And I think the way to do it is, you know what I'm saying? I think the are you an American descendant of slavery? You know what I'm saying? Can you prove that? Can you prove your lineage? If that is a yes, cool. Here's this X amount of dollars. Here's a piece of land, blah, 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 blah. Where look, as long as you're not giving somebody some random piece of land in the middle of a forest somewhere, I think it's okay. Like, don't bullshit them. Don't bullshit anybody. Give them a piece of land that's actually worth something that people can build off of. Give them something, and then let people build off of it. That's it. Now, I know there's Americans that are like, well, you know what I'm saying? Look at my life. I'm white, blah, 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 blah. But here's the thing. Asians got theirs. Jewish people got theirs. It's time we got ours. We had 400 years of some of the worst and most atrocious actions done to any group of people ever. You owe us something. I'm cool with like 3 acres. I'm cool with 3, 4, 5. Let's just say let's just make it like 3 to 5 acres. Free education for 4 years. Free 4-year education. Business stipends. You know what I'm saying? Lessons tax liability for the first 5 years of business, and the one-time cash payment, and I'll let somebody else that's smarter than me decide what that value is. I'm cool with that. If that was what was on the table, I'm cool with it. I mean, hell, we let other countries come in here and buy land and buy materials and buy all this other mess. We can just go, hey, other country, yeah, you get the fuck out of here. a corporation, you bought that house that's on that land. Yeah, we're gonna need that from you. We got to pay these black people back. We gotta run it. And I'm okay with it being an ongoing process. And then because I know at some point somebody's gonna be like, well, where does it stop? Where does it stop? Where does it stop? Where does it stop? You at least need to do 2 generations. At least two generations. And I'm okay if my generation was like exempt. Like I'm okay if that. I'm okay about that. You know what I'm saying? If you started with people that turned 18 in like 2030, right? Let's say we get it approved. The people that turn 18 in 2030, hey, here's what you get. You know what I'm saying? And it was all of that. And then the people that are above that, hey, here's one-time cash payments. Here's our payment schedule. If you are between these group of ages, we're going to do you first. Then the next group of ages, we're going to do you then. And then the next group of ages, we're going to do you on this year. And then the next group of ages, we're going to do you on that year. And then everybody's gotten paid. Everybody's gotten paid. And that's it. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. And I think it'll be reasonable. I think it'd be fair. I think it'd be reasonable and I think it'd be fair. I think it'll set people up in the right direction. Now, you know what I'm saying? Again, like especially with the amount of money thing, like, it's like what can the country do without bankrupting itself? Or without causing massive unreasonable inflation and things of that nature. Anyway.
Place to be able to figure out what might be the best ways to be able to implement.
Yeah, I agree, man. I appreciate you. From the south of the East Coast.
Pardon me?
From the south.
From the East Coast.
Okay, great.
What's your name?
Andrew Callahan.
Give me a thing.
It's and just like if you look up Channel 5.
I'll have you write it down.
Yeah.
How about that?
What's up, guys? Here at Channel 5, we want you to be safe, whether it be on the streets of Washington, D.C. during the election or just surfing the web from your phone or on the computer. That's why we use NordVPN. NordVPN allows you to set your IP address to any country on Earth. And we know that in many countries, the government controls the flow of information on the internet. So you can set your IP address to various countries throughout the world, such as Venezuela, or Poland, or Argentina, or El Salvador, or South Africa, or Kazakhstan. And you can see what it's like to surf the web as the person who lives in that country and is inside their data chamber. Boom, you're in there. NordVPN does so many things, but one of my favorite features they have is their threat protection, which allows you to safeguard your personal files and make sure they don't get taken by sketchy hackers and people who distribute malware and try to trick you out your hard drive files. And I have more great news. NordVPN is having a massive Black Friday sale. So if you want to use my link, www.nordvpn.com/channel5, you can get a huge discount on a 2-year plan plus 4 free additional months. And guess what? If you don't like it, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee. Again, just go to www.nordvpn.com/channel5. I'm going to put the link in the description and a pinned comment. All right, guys, back to the streets.
I would have lost no matter what.
Do you want to see how much money you're eligible for? If you were in a car crash within the last 2 years,
hold on.
Was not your fault.
There's no effing way. You're telling me after I watched his burned in ad, I then got an ad? I'm sorry, dude.
As I walked through the Kamala Harris rally, most people had accepted that she probably wouldn't win the presidency.
I'm really disappointed because I didn't have enough time to register because Texas, you have to register before 3 weeks before. So I had to vote as a DC resident.
But still, some people held on to a sliver of hope.
Hey, we're coming back. We're down 20. We're down 20.
It's Tuesday at 2:30. We down 20. We're down 20. Look. Kamala, she needs to win Wisconsin,
My parlay's still
Pennsylvania,
live.
Georgia, and maybe Michigan. And we're in there. Don't nobody give no fuck about Nevada or AZ. Nah, fuck all that shit. We respect the people out there, but nah, like this is what matters. It's about what matters right now. And we've been out here stressing all night.
We need
a second bottle tonight. Like, we out here. But nah, look, I don't enjoy what Trump did to the Central 5. He spent $85,000 on a full-page ad in the New York Times calling for our execution. Any 3 of us could have been a Central 5 in Manhattan. If that's how you're going to represent a large portion of America, I can't get behind that because that's the demographic that I'm a part of.
So you feel like on a moral character level, he's just bogus?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Everything Trump did.
And I don't know how people argue against that. There is no world where for children, they were all like, what, under 12? Children. You have an ad saying, yo, they should be killed. when there was no actual evidence that they committed the crime. Excuse me. The lady even ended up backtracking on her own statement because she felt guilty for getting those kids locked up. Like, she should have got locked up. Like, anybody that lies on somebody else and gets them locked up, knowingly lies, like, fam, you got to go to jail permanently. You got to go to jail.
Or he doesn't stand for women. He doesn't stand for people of color. So honestly, I think Trump being president, it just means like the end of all of us having rights and being seen as human beings. And I feel like with
Hey, that's extreme. That's extreme. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. That's extreme. That's extreme. I get it. I get it. It feels like the end of the world, but that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait, they went live? Oh. Oh my God. I can't even believe I just came across this. Y'all, y'all, I just got another video. I just got another video. Oh, this is crazy. Oh, this one's crazy. This is nuts. I'm finna send it to my laptop right now. I'm finna send it to my laptop right now. This is nuts. This is nuts. What's this? Oh, graphic design. Oh, they're trying to sell me graphics. I don't. Damn it, man. All these fucking, man, these freaking spam accounts, they be trying to sell you. Well, they're not spam accounts. They're real fucking people, but they're always trying to sell you some shit. Anyway. Let's get through this video.
This president, she like her goal is to see everyone as people and help everyone. When it comes to voting for the president, right? You're voting for someone who's going to select the heads of the Department of Agriculture, the Department of Commerce. Yeah. And I, believe that, especially with her, she would choose more qualified individuals.
I think as we get even closer and closer to like the end of the timeline and within which we can change the effects of climate change, another 4 years of Trump as president would be horrible for that. It would be horrible for the Middle East. It would be horrible for women's rights, for protections for the LGBTQI. I don't think a Harris presidency would be perfect, but I think in every way possible, it would be better than Trump.
And that's the whole issue. I feel like even among white people, nobody was really that crazy about Kamala Harris, but it was just the fact that she was not Trump. And at the end of the day, you can't really run on being not Trump. You have to be more than that. You do have to do more for everybody, not just black people, but everybody in general. Class issues.
Yeah, so that goes into the crux of why she actually lost, is because like, and this goes to her voter base. Hi, let me make myself bigger for this. Look at me dead in my eyes when I say this, bro. Y'all calling people stupid. Well, I call people stupid all the time. That's not the issue, okay? You saying like they're deplorable people, blah blah blah. Like the way you talk to people, you have to adjust that when you want them to vote for you. You can't just talk crazy to them and tell them to get with the program and expect them to. Like, no, they're gonna naturally be adverse to you. They're going to naturally like pull back from you. That's what's going to happen. That's exactly what's going to happen.
Matter a lot more, and people don't talk about class issues. People don't talk about imperialism. There's a lot of stuff that people don't talk about, and they focus on the culture wars, but the culture is still very important. Me coming from like a Caribbean community, I'm really worried about like how people.
Hey, he dropped another gem in there. Really, all of this boils down to like class. Ever since, and I've been saying this for a really long time, a really long time. Ever since Occupy Wall Street, we had cultural war. Why? Because people came together and figured out it's the rich people versus the poor. The moment we did that, that's the moment they started a nonstop campaign to have us at each other's neck. Nonstop campaign to have us at each other's neck and blaming each other for each other's problems. They started that. That's what they wanted. They wanted us involved in these little small cultural things and the actual economical issues that would actually help us in the day-to-day. They don't do it. Y'all, we don't even focus on it. We don't even think about it. Most of the time, it's all these social issues. Like Americans, we have to do better. We have to get smarter. We have to wise up, and we have to see the game.
Attack the Haitian community going forward. I really don't like it. Yeah. The cats and dogs shit is bullshit. You know, we all know it's lies, but regardless of who would have won, our country still would have been in crisis, and especially what's going on abroad in Palestine, in the Middle East. Things would have not have been all well and good, but at the same time, with a Trump presidency, it makes it so much worse. But like I said, if Kamala had won, it still not would have been like an amazing outcome.
How much do you think the Biden administration's policy on Israel affected the current outcome today?
I definitely think that Kamala Harris capitulating to a right-wing framework on issues is really what alienated people like the people that we know who were just like, absolutely not. I'm not gonna, like, what are you talking about? You're gonna finish the wall. Like, it just doesn't make sense. What are you talking about? We have to tolerate lower grocery prices for a genocide in Palestine.
I know that a lot of my friends didn't vote because of the situation in Palestine.
Lord. What? And then you say you didn't vote because of the situation in Palestine, but you realize by not voting, you make the situation worse because Trump wins. Make that make sense to me. Make it make sense to me. Y'all are morons. Morons. You have somebody that's like, yo, I want a ceasefire. I want them to stop killing people because it's bad. Okay, cool. But then you go, the next person is like, yeah, I want to turn them into glass. And you're like, well, she's not doing enough. Complete the genocide versus not completing the genocide. Pick one. Pick one. Completing the genocide, not completing the genocide. Pick one. People don't even. I don't get it. What's going on upstairs? Nothing. Absolutely.
Think it was still worth it to vote?
But Trump presidency is nothing good, bro.
Fuck the authority. Channel 5 News. Channel 55. We don't fuck with custers.
Okay. Well, make sure y'all, you know what? Let me make sure I subscribe to them. Subscribe. Let me make sure I like their video. Hold on, subscribe. Boom. Like their video. All right. Yeah, make sure y'all tap in with them. They do great work. They do great work up over there. But here comes the story that took me by surprise. I had another thing that I was going to do, but I'm going to do this one and I'm going to get the fuck up out of here. So let's see. 43-year-old Las Vegas father shot and killed by police after calling 911 for help during a home invasion. You shoot him instead of the one that's in a red hoodie and ski mask. How?
Put your hands up! 2 days after 43-year-old Brandon Durham was shot and killed by Las Vegas Metro Police Officer Alexandra Bookman.
God, what the fuck? How did you end up pulling the gun and shooting the guy that called? How does this even fucking happen? How do you have that lack of self-control? Like, or you didn't even, like, how Oh, I'm gonna let them go. I'm gonna let them finish. How did you even get here, bro? How? How, bro?
Durham's family has been left to pick up the pieces as they try to make sense of a tragedy they say could have been prevented.
He was the victim. And I am disgusted that the Metropolitan Police will allow me to live fatherless for the rest of my life.
In a Thursday afternoon briefing, Las Vegas Metro Police released a minute-long video showing officers arriving to Durham's home early Tuesday morning after police were dispatched in response to reports of a shooting.
Durham told the call taker that the subjects were attempting to enter his residence and that he was inside his residence with his 15-year-old daughter.
Once on scene, officers witnessed several vehicles along with the windows of the home had been damaged, and after hearing banging and screaming coming from inside the home, officers quickly jumped into action. Metro investigators say Officer Bookman was one of the first to arrive on scene where he encountered two subjects, Durham and the second person identified as Vedro, struggling over a knife. Hey, drop the knife! After seeing the video, Durham's family says Officer Bookman didn't give him a chance, saying police treated him as if he were the aggressor.
My father was the absolute victim, no matter what could have happened. The violence that occurred here was under someone who was extremely angry and extremely.
You know what I want to do, man? I want to give her props, bro. The fact that she's able to be this strong and articulate herself and talk to the police, like that's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's sad, and like Black women, they have to be so fucking strong all the time, bro. This is insane, bro. She's not even able to mourn. She has to go on a crusade against the police now to get justice for her father. That officer should be straight up fired. How? The other dude is in a ski mask and a hoodie. Dude, y'all do this all the time in training. It's a clear winner. One dude is in a ski mask and a hoodie inside the house. Who do you think is robbing the place? Come on. Get fucking real.
Violent.
And the most frustrating part about all of this is it's very difficult for you to even watch. The man that is clearly in his home, minding his own business, trying to call for assistance, you shoot him instead of the one that's in a red hoodie and a ski mask.
The police assistant sheriff Dory Corin called the situation at hand a challenging one.
That's very important for all of us to understand because we have the luxury, but our officers, unfortunately, have a very challenging job that during these types of incidents, they don't have the ability to stop time and stop a video and get a...
Stop time? Bam! That's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. Guy in a ski mask versus regular guy and it looks like a white shirt and some boxers. Like, who's robbing the home? The guy in the fucking ski. Who wears a ski mask in their home? Who?
Still, and then spend minutes, let alone hours or days or months analyzing that information to make their decision. They have a matter of seconds or
No.
No.
Let's look at this again. He shot him in the fucking head. Watch this. Watch. Cause I can see through the blur.
Let alone hours or days or months analyzing.
Watch how he falls. Watch. It's his neck falls over first.
Information to make their decision.
He shot him in the
they
head.
Have a matter of seconds, if not split seconds,
He
to make
shot him
very
in the head and
challenging
then shot him
decisions.
more while he was
Reporting
on
in
the
Las
ground.
Vegas, Georgia Costa News 3.
And then people wonder why we don't want to call the police. People wonder why we hate the police. Like, you're doing it to your fucking self. A clear-cut example of this guy is the fucking criminal. He's asking the officers for help. The officer gets there and he's like, "Hey, help me!" Bang! I got you, bruh. What? You gotta be fucking shitting me. Gotta be fucking shitting me. And now his damn 15-year-old daughter grows up fatherless for the rest of her life. He doesn't get to see her have children. He doesn't get to see her get married. She's lost her protector. He died protecting his daughter. And his daughter calls the police. His daughter's probably on the phone with the police or hiding in a fucking corner. Wishing for the best. God damn it, bro. This is fucking sick. This is sick. Anyway. I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I'm gonna get up out of here. And y'all have a fucking good one, bro.